All right, it says you are live.
Oh, we're live. I got this sandwich in my mouth. Fuck it. So, as I choke all this down, go ahead and plug yourself while I chew.
All right, welcome back to the Migtown podcast, Halloween special 2022. I will be taking over as the temporary producer for this episode. My name is Manic the Manic Mechanic. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, all that good stuff. Uh, yeah, and on YouTube, I am very close to 4,000 subscribers. So if you'd want to subscribe, that would be well appreciated. Oh, and he's going for the chips. Okay, I have to continue this segment. Yeah. So yeah, just if you see my name in the stream here, just plug that. Just copy and paste that into YouTube, and then you're chilling. All right.
I love it. So this night, as you know, 2 days after my birthday, October 29th. And I'm going to tell you what, man. So of all the holidays, right, you think back growing up, you got Easter. Easter was a family holiday, and it was kind of kid focused, but yet it kind of sucked because they were holding your hand. 4th of July was pretty decent, especially once you were a teenager. You're lighting your own fireworks. Christmas, other than the presents, pretty much sucked, and the fact that you were out of school, right? Thanksgiving, family, you fed, you got fed, your belly was full. There's all these holidays, right? There's a President's Day here, Memorial Day here, Veterans Day, whatever, right? But there
Mhm.
was always one holiday that really stood out, right? And it's the only holiday, if you guys notice, it's the only holiday where there is a tone that's set at the beginning of the month, and of course, Halloween being October 31st. Once you hit October 1st, do you ever notice, as the weather cools down, people are sitting inside, they're wearing some, hoodies or something, more comfy clothes. Something hits them, Manic. They just can't help but they need to watch a horror movie, right? Even non-horror
Yeah,
fans. You see what I'm saying?
real.
You ever notice like when like, October comes, like you may not watch a horror movie in August, right? You may not be Kelly. I'm so Kel, here's the worst part. When you get off work and you're running around, right? You're like running. You're trying to get all these things done, go pay some bills, get some food for this triple double I got coming, right? Next 3 days, I'm working 16-hour days. That's why I'm gonna do a brief show tonight. You're sitting there, you're like, bro, I haven't eaten, man. And man, I eat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. You have the people
Yeah.
who drink. I never thought drinking looked cool. I thought eating looked cool, right? It's like it's time to fucking eat. Let's go hit a barbecue shack or something. So you think back to Halloween, it starts and you just know, right? October 1st starts, you got to watch horror movies. You got to sit inside. There's an atmosphere. Christmas does have the atmosphere, right? Because the moment we hit December, maybe 1 to 2 weeks in, that's when everyone starts putting up the Christmas lights, right? And it's
Yeah.
cool. But do you know what? Do you know what separates it though, Manic? When you're
What
a kid,
separates it?
especially if you grew up in the 80s or the 90s. I don't know about after that, everything kind of went to shit. But if you grew up in the 80s and 90s, I want to set that mood. You know what I'm saying? You go back.
Yeah.
This is a time before social media, before the internet, before woke, before, oh my God, if there's gonna be candy, it has to be individually wrapped and blah blah blah. There's all these rules in place now, right? This is all you needed back in the day, Manic. You wake up, you were excited because you knew, right? And if it was a school day, like you're gonna go to school that next day, everyone got their costumes on, they were ready. And then, oh yeah, I heard the new Halloween movies suck balls, man. Halloween ends. But we got our costumes ready. And I was that kid that I can't remember what I used before. I remember there was an early Halloween I recall. I did use those little pumpkin buckets. I used
Oh
one of
yeah.
those. It's what the people put the candies in, right? Like the snacks
Yeah.
in now. But I
Yeah.
remember
That's like
being real young,
iconic.
walking around with that, right?
Uh huh.
You got candy in there, right? But it got full pretty fast, especially if you were out there for a while. And then something happened, something clicks one day. You got that one friend who's like, the hell are you doing with that, dude? Using a bag? Use a pillowcase. I'm like, oh shit, why did I think of that? Grab the pillowcase. I remember, dude, there was just something that just kind of opened up things around me, or the stores around me don't give out candy anymore. Inflation, Joe Biden sucks. Yeah, dude, Manic, this is like no one wants to admit it, but like Halloween is kind of like a sacred holiday because you know what it represents?
What does it
There's no
represent?
partisan bullshit. Everybody gets to be, whatever they want to be for that day, right? If you want to be an
Yeah.
anime character with no judgment, Halloween is your day. Do you want to be Batman? Oh, are you a white guy who wants to be Black Panther? Do it. Are you a black guy who wants to be Superman? Do it. You know what I'm saying? We're on that Palpatine shit, right?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We get the Sheev Palpatine out tonight, right? What up,
Yep.
Udis? And we come into this, and there's a tone that's set because it meant brotherhood or sisterhood, right? You got with your peeps and you just went out and you stalked the night. And do you know what people used to say? Hey, Manic, hey, the house up there? Yeah. The one with the two pumpkins on the mailbox? That's the one with the good candy. They got
Yeah.
full size. Do you remember full size? Do you know what that meant? A
Yeah.
full size candy bar when you're 8 years old?
Yeah, that was good. You were eating good that night.
You were eating good. Dude, when you got a full size Snickers, right? You got a full size Butterfinger. You got a full, oh, God forbid you go to the really rich neighborhood where they gave you king size. So you got 3 and now it's 4 Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
That changed the game, man.
Have
But
you
Manic,
ever
go ahead.
have you ever watched the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
No, I'm aware of the movie, but never saw it.
Yeah, so there is a scene where it's Halloween and they're like deliberately going to the rich neighborhoods with all the good candy.
They're great.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
also dress up too.
Yeah.
Broke ass people don't dress up for Halloween. When you go to the rich neighborhoods, you know what time it is, right? They go in there and you ring the doorbell. They come out in spooky costumes. I mean, God bless the suburbs, man. Suburban life is great. In the cities, you can't do as much. The country, you're too far away. The burbs is just right in the middle. You're in there, you just think between getting the candy or whatever. There's one thing that we love to hate it or we hate to love it. You know what that is, Manic?
What is it?
You and I come back. We got our buddies. It's a long night of Halloween, right? We got our candy. And your parents who tell you don't eat no fucking candy, right? You'll get a cavity. What do they do when you walk in? When they hear that rattle from the pillowcase? You know what they did? They sifted through your shit, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Remember your parents being like, "Hold up, whoa."
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, like to be fair, like it just feels like the trick or treating scene kind of died a few years ago, and like I'm not talking about like
shit, like I don't know, 15 to 20 maybe.
oh yeah, I mean for me it really hit like 6 years ago, maybe 7. It's like that's when I was like, yeah, there's nobody coming to our houses anymore.
Well,
Just
think a minute. That was not always the case. I've noticed that the decline of Halloween, and we can't, what can't be stressed enough? The kids were unsupervised. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
It wasn't none of this parents walking behind kids with flashlights. There were, going to malls. No, that came later. I've noticed there was, it hit me one day. Halloween goes hand in hand with ass whoopings, right? As the ass whooping started to decline, so too did Halloween. I want you to think back. For all those in my age bracket or older, do you remember when you had public ass whoopings, right? You got out of pocket in a Target, you got lit up. They walked you to the bathroom. You remember Halloween. You remember how exciting it was. But when you ask a kid, hey man, did you ever get your ass whooped in public? They're like, well, what are you talking about? And then ask them, next question, ask them about Halloween and see what they say. I mean, there's no trick-or-treaters. Or maybe we go to a mall. Exactly. You need ass whoopings to make Halloween great again. But we're going to leave it up to you guys to let us know. Call in, include your 2 cents about what Halloween memories that you loved before all the woke, before everything is a trigger, before everyone had to tweet about something, before all the whackness. There was, what I believe was the most glorious children's holiday, which was Halloween. Because you could be in Christmas. Somebody had to pay the parents the candy. Yeah, the candy checks from parents was real.
Real.
but it spoke to everybody, right? Because I mean, it didn't matter if you were the cool kid or the weird kid. Everything was cool. When Christmas came, man, some kids were a lot more privileged than others, right? They had, the parents were much more money. Well, do you know what that mean? Do you know what that meant? That meant they had a better Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Halloween, everybody was on equal footing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's just how much distance you can travel.
How much distance were you willing? So were you willing to go out there and just get it? And we were, man. Through NEC, in Minnesota, we had one of the coldest Halloweens ever, with one of the hottest Halloweens ever. There was a 70-something degree Halloween for Minnesota in a costume. That's like, a heat wave, right? And then we had a damn blizzard right after that, right? It was right before, right after. It was like 91, 92. But it was great times. Go ahead and we'll add you guys in and let us know your greatest Halloween memories and what you love and what you miss. So,
All
man, I think you
right.
said Whip was up first.
Yes. Yeah, he has been in here the longest.
All right.
All right.
Whip, what up?
Oh shit. Here you are triggering my PTSD with these public ass whoopings.
Yeah.
You knew there were 2 times that you regretted the day you were being born. That was during a public ass whooping because they had to make an example for the other children that might have been around. And then wait till your father gets home.
Yep.
Oh. But so let's get to this main event, shall we? First of all, thanks for having me on again.
Of course.
But dude, Halloween is the greatest holiday. All right. Christmas is a close second. All right. Dude,
Yep.
nothing beat going trick-or-treating, hay rides, haunted houses, the works. I'll never forget this day. I was about 7 years old, and we went to a family friend's house. Everybody called him Papa Gary. He was the nice old man, but he was also super fucking cool. All right? This dude had a mansion in the middle of the boonies. All right? And he had dune buggies. This dude made his own dune buggy trails in his backyard. Because he had acres to do this shit. And everyone looked forward to going to Papa Gary's for the Halloween party every year. All right? Now, again, I'm 7 years old, so my retarded ass cannot distinguish fact from fiction or fiction from reality. So we're doing the dune buggy shit, and then this dude in a ghost face costume comes up and scares the shit out of me. I'll never forget it. Dude, I thought he was the real Ghostface.
Oh yeah, because you said you were 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So yeah. At 7, that means that's the real person. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So
crazy. I didn't think about them.
I am scared out of my mind. I am bawling. I'm crying like a bitch. All right. Because I am certain I'm about to get yeeted. All right. And it took this dude, he had to take his mask off and be like, dude, I'm not actually Ghostface.
I'm just a guy, right?
I'm just a guy. And it turns out he was just one of the dudes from church.
Oh, nice.
So, cause he was like high school age around this time.
Yep.
So he was just like, dude, it's just me. It's just me, man. Don't freak out. Don't freak out so hard.
Well, Whip, you know what's hilarious about that is a lot of people don't know how big of a gap, like the physical gap is between like a 7-year-old and a 17-year-old, right? Like they look like
Yeah.
monsters. They're like giants. Like, dude, for those of you guys who remember being a kid, when you saw like the big kids, right? Like, they weren't the parents. So teenagers was like in between. They just look like these massive life forms, like, because you couldn't imagine being a teenager. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
You just live as a 7-year-old. You live in the moment, so you're like looking at them like, whoa. It's like, and he's like, no, bro, really, it's just me. You're like, okay,
What's my
okay, like,
reaction to it?
yeah, you're sitting there like wiping tears away because to you it was real. Like, I think kids at that age they have a concept of death permanence. So
Yeah.
like they do understand, like, yeah, I can get yeeted, right?
Yeah.
So in the movies, I mean, for all intents and purposes, when Ghostface goes ahead and pulls the shank out and then bow, that's it.
That's it. Time to
That's
get
it.
heated.
They're yeeted. They don't come back for the sequel. I think it was that Scream 2. They had the glory hole scene where the dude's in the theater.
Oh, yeah, I
Scream
think
2.
so.
I saw that in theater. God damn, I miss that shit. God damn, I miss
Scream
that.
is a fantastic movie, by the way.
Yeah, better than Cabin in the Woods, man. That shit's meh.
I haven't even seen Cabin in the Woods.
I've always said it was overrated. Now, Whip, I gotta ask you, man, what was your favorite candy?
My favorite candy had to be Kit Kat bars.
That was close for me. What was your least favorite? Because when you would sip through your candy, you guys remember going through there and being like this, like, oh yeah, Butterfinger. Oh yeah. What was the Almond Joy? The Almond Joys. I hated Mounds, right? Because Mounds didn't have the nuts in them.
It didn't
I'm like,
have
what the hell? I
almonds.
want coconut and chocolate. Like, that doesn't even go together.
Dude, I need to put some people on blast. All right. Okay. You know how when it comes to foods and treats, some places give you this bullshit filler that nobody fucking likes because they just want to get rid of it?
Yeah. It was the cheapest candy at the store, probably.
Whoppers. Fuck Whoppers.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah. Okay, let me ask you something. Does anyone eat Whoppers other than going to a movie? Like, and I don't eat them then, but you know what I'm saying? Like, does anyone like sit there and go, I just want some Whoppers, right? What?
You know what I want? I want Heath bars. I want Kit Kat bars. I want Hershey's bars. And I want Reese's cups. Get this stupid Whopper bullshit out of here.
Terrible.
Terrible.
I'll tell you what I miss, man. Do you guys remember some of those people had like variety packs? Did you ever have that? Where they were, it could be a variety pack in terms of, like when you went to the grocery store, right? It had M&Ms, a Kit Kat, whatever. But then like the people themselves would give you like a handful of like various candies, right? And
Yeah.
you always love to see it. Some of them even had like little Ziploc bags. They had like little baggies, and they would drop them in, and you would just be sitting there like, "This is incredible." This is the only time that you got candy. This is what people don't understand about Halloween. As a child, Halloween was the only holiday that you got candy without a damn argument, right?
Yep.
Hey man, you remember those days where you be in the okay? So your mom made you go to the grocery store, right? You're like, oh my God, get me out of here. And you suffered through her long ass list. And at the very end, you're like, at least let me get a candy bar at the checkout. And but it was an argument. She didn't just let you have that Reese's.
Yeah,
it was put that back. Come on, but I've been over here. Wasn't I good? I helped you get the milk. I picked out the right apple. Well, I guess you can get one. Like you try to reach for like the king size.
You
regular
literally
size.
reach for that and you're like, "Dorm mama, I've come to bargain."
Yeah. They would just smack the hand like, nope. And then
Nope.
when I grew up, so standard candy was 50 cents, which means your regular Snickers, everything. So when you went to candy machines, right? This is back when the quarter was Kang. When you
Yeah.
went to the arcade, everything was in quarter denominations, right? It was 1 token, 2 quarters. You know what I'm saying?
And,
So
and
when
it
you
was
went to the store-
it was literally like, if you wanted this candy bar, it was just 50 cents. Now it's like $1.25.
Yeah, you said like, dude, come on, man, y'all charging how much? I mean, and I remember the king size was 85 cents. So $1 got you whatever you wanted, regardless. And then we started getting that new shit. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I miss the most about Halloween, man. In terms of what the new bucks get. all of our candy was only that. And someone goes, what the hell does that mean? There were only 2 M&Ms when I grew up. Regular and peanut.
And
they
peanut.
added peanut butter into those other ones later, right? But you didn't get them when Halloween came. You see what I'm saying?
Oh
They weren't Halloween snack size.
You wanna be made jealous, Drexel?
Uh-oh.
My dad, back when he was alive, he used to work for the same company that made the M&M's tubes. So we got free M&M's all the time.
Mm.
It was good shit.
I miss it all, man. Oh, someone actually be like sour candy. Sour candy's good. I remember when Warheads was legit. I remember I remember Smarties, but they were just too sugary.
Yeah.
But those were sweet. I'm trying to think, how many sour candies did we have growing up?
Sour Patch Kids.
So, oh God, who forgive it? Yeah. Still, red is still the best flavor. Everybody knows this. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows. Was there any other? I mean, man, how many sour candies did we have? Because there weren't many. Everything was
remember
sweet.
We had sour gummy worms. We had.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. See, some of these things we didn't get on Halloween though.
Yeah.
Like they were available, but not like in snack size Halloween. What a glorious time.
That might have been a more recent thing.
Yeah. Some of these are more recent. I mean, look, I grew up in an era where you could get a Twix, and there was, I think I was in 5th or 6th grade. Twix introduced the variety of Twix, peanut butter Twix, cookies and cream Twix. I said, if they had this when I was 6, individually oh man, come on, man, that would have changed the game.
Dude, I do. Cookies and cream of
anything.
I'm
glad you brought
Twix.
up.
Yeah.
God, what a glorious time, man. I just remember that shit. Whip, any last words before we get our next guy in, man?
Oh man. Dude, tonight's a great night. I've been watching Halloween movies, been playing some good old video games. Dude, I have now, if I ever make a channel, maybe I will, maybe I won't, I'm going to start doing like seasonal marathons, all right?
Yep.
Because I just thought, wouldn't it be fucking awesome to spend all of October going through the different Resident Evils or other horror game series?
Yeah.
Just horror game-a-thons. Anyway, thanks for having me on again, dude.
Much appreciated, man. Whip, thank you. Manic, we'll go ahead and get our next peep in. Just kick yourself out, Whip.
All right, and I'll briefly go AFK.
Okay.
Hello.
Turbo Freak, what up?
Oh, nothing much. Just been busy.
Oh, man, look. Don't you miss when you weren't busy? You know, when you were a fucking kid?
Oh, my gosh, yes.
You know what's crazy? Do you know why I think kids were able to get excited about things that, like, whereas, you know how it is, right? A lot of adults aren't really excited about anything. They're just kind of like, yeah, I got this to do. I got that to do. There's no fire, right?
There's no fire like there was back then.
Do you know what I think it was? I don't think the world beat them down. You know what I really believe it is? They just don't have the free time to, like, dwell on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like, all right, so here's the deal, Turbo Freak. I got to go to work. Then I got to go get the kid. Then I got to you have all these tasks, right?
Yep.
Do you remember being a kid? Because you got out of school. You just had all that time. Like, you had all this. You thought about your costume. How long did you think about your costume before you went and, like, pursued it?
Oh, well, here's the thing. I can't, like, where I was when I was really younger, we couldn't afford costumes back then. So we thought of options to where we actually took clothes from Goodwill, an example, and we literally made them from scratch.
Mm-hmm. Those are good old days, man. The homemade costumes. Like, well, I mean, you remember being out and about, and one of the things that I thought was always striking is you're out trick-or-treating, and, like, you remember when people would open the door and trick-or-treat, and they would kind of look like, oh my, wow, you know, look at that costume. Like you could just see like the look on their face, like, because I mean, let's face it, they've seen 100 Batmans that night, right? They've seen a lot of Snow Whites, and, you know, all the standard. You just walk to the store and buy the costume, right?
Yep.
There's something about that homemade thing, right? Like, there's just something, there's just a little extra about it.
Yeah. Oh, I remember the time when I was like 12 years old. this was I was listening to your stream earlier where you're saying that like out in the country there's not very much there really wasn't much to do and you're too far away. This was more of a rural suburb in a small town, if I remember correctly, in Titonka, Iowa, like almost like what you'd hear from Tonka trucks or whatnot. We raided that place every single year up until I had to move out for candy.
Oh yeah,
we raided the whole town. I remember.
Well, did they give like more candy because there were fewer people?
Yes. However, I did remember. I don't specifically remember what year, but I remember the time when one kid went a little bit too crazy with this costume and actually brought a chainsaw.
Oh.
Revving it and all. Now, the chain was not on there, thankfully, but...
Okay. I'm surprised, bad things didn't happen because, reasons.
Yeah.
Damn.
But shit was wild back then.
It was, here's the crazy thing, though. It's like you were out there back then.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure there were like some horror stories somewhere. But like, did you notice there was no social media, no nothing. But it seemed like, everybody I knew came back home and they were in school the next day, right? Or you saw them in school on Monday when it was the weekend. So
back then, the social circles were basically in person, in schools, at churches. People had a glorious old time and they got to meet up. Nowadays, with online, it's like you don't get that same experience as you would if you're face to face.
Yep. Well, I've said that, for years about, I have a lot of guys that tell me how great PC gaming is, and they're sitting there with their gaming laptop, and they're, got their Bluetooth headset. I said, yeah, that's cool. But I said, are your memories doing any of that with the most, the greatest 4K monitor? Are any of those memories as good as when you were playing with your buddies and playing GoldenEye or Halo or Mario Party or Smash Bros?
No, they're not. It's not the same.
It just ain't the same, right? Like,
no,
just like being trick or treating with your bros at such a young, tender age.
Yeah,
nothing matches that, right? Like you can't, because you got to be free, like I said, without parents. That's the thing. Like nobody wants their parents sitting around. Make sure you don't, because you think back to being a kid, your whole life there was an adult telling you couldn't do something, right? Imposing boundaries, right? Do you remember the Halloween was like the one time where you could just go out and just scream? You scream to the stars. You had whatever costume on, and you just went out and like they just did whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's lost, man. It's kind of sad.
It's more like a lost art nowadays. At this point, like I just heard from a couple buddies of mine, and it's like they're now doing a thing called trunk or treating because of the parents are way too concerned for their kids being they're scared that they're going to be kidnapped or whatnot.
Yeah, that's definitely been gaining prominence. I didn't know like that was like such a widespread thing.
How did that become a thing? Like what made that a thing?
Unfortunately, I really don't know how it became a thing, but over time I noticed it more and more. People are being more like instead of kids walking around, they just show up in the parents' car. They go to the house, get the treats, go back to the car, go to the next house. Mm-hmm. And then they just stop doing that altogether. Well, there's just few in between that do that now, and they just all show up at church and do a trunk or treat.
Yeah, that tends to be the thing that happens.
What is that?
I don't know.
That defeats the spirit.
It's basically like the drive-through, or not drive. Yeah, like drive-through Halloween. That's basically it.
There's no fun in it anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like how is that fun? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man.
I mean, like it's about like meeting people there, I guess.
Fuck that. I don't want to meet somebody there. I already know you. Mm-hmm. I want to be out and about, seeing crazy costumes. Fear your neighbors. I want to know when you see something. You guys remember being out in the street complimenting people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like as you saw a costume, whoa, man, that's an awesome costume. Thanks. And kids used to, like I said earlier, kids you didn't know told you about where the good houses were, right?
Yes, they did.
Now, Turbo Freak, there's one thing that hurt more than anything else on Halloween. You know what that was? When someone says, Freak, Manic, you got to go up to that house right there. And right as you approached, the lights shut off.
Oh,
they were out of candy. And you just like, no. And people were, dude, you guys remember getting pop?
Yes.
Dude, we had people that would literally, because, like I said, back then, you never got pop. There was no pop, there's no sodas in school. Every now and then you would have like that one house that you go up there and they like this, here's a Coke or here's a Tahitian treat.
I don't think I've ever gotten that.
Oh man, it was very rare, but
I don't know how this town was been there since the 1800s, but one of the houses, I don't remember the name, but they had like 12 packs when I behind that door. I saw literal 12 packs of sodas. They didn't get candy. They just were giving sodas away to kids.
Yeah, I remember we had one of my guys. They were like the only people that I ever knew that had Fresca pop.
Yep.
They had Fresca and Mr. Pibb, right?
Yep.
And I remember seeing her hand out Fresca, and I was like, wow. And you know what though? And based on where you grew up, there were some things that people forget about, man. Like I said, in Minnesota, especially when it was cold, we would go to other people's houses during our routes, and then we'd go inside and warm up.
I actually,
you know what I'm
saying? The last time I was in the South St. Paul area was when I was before we moved to Iowa, was when we were going trick-or-treating and we had to go visit my great-grandmother's house. Oh.
All right, we got a super chat for $5 from American Virus is Freedom. It was the Jacob Waterling kidnapping. His mother went on a nationwide awareness campaign, and everyone got paranoid.
Okay. Yeah, it was. So Jacob Wetterling is the ghost story of my childhood here in Minnesota, and that was, I want to say it was like 89 or something, 89 or 90, and everybody was freaking out and everybody got crazy. I remember we talked a lot about Jacob Wetterling because we went out, we always make sure to stay in a group, and we started saying like, yo man, if anything happens, this is how we got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to carry a blade, you got to carry a blade. It was what it was. But we had fun, and like, it didn't stop us from trick-or-treating, and most kids like in our neighborhood. The only thing that I did see that was a little different, you would every now and then see the parent. But here's the thing though. The parent walked well behind the kids. You see what I'm saying?
They were like,
they weren't like right up on them. Yeah. Like, okay, if I'm the parent, I'm like at the edge of the driveway while the kid is all the way up there. So I can kind of see, and like, and as they like walk slowly, holding a flashlight, talking to like, whatever the other parent or another adult, they'd be saying stuff like, slow down a little bit. Let me catch up. And they, catch back up with them. Okay, where's the next set of houses? You turn, let's go up the cul-de-sac. And they would like wait at the end and just let you kind of go do a round. It was, man, so much has been fucking lost. Like, here's the thing. I get emotional thinking about it because it didn't have to ever be lost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no reason for any of this stuff to be gone. Like, why aren't kids going to? Okay, so kids now would rather sit inside and say, oh, here's the thing. I don't know what kids are doing for Halloween, but I have an idea. You know what they're probably doing? Based on everything else, this asocial, antisocial generation. They're probably going on Halloween night, right? They spend however much money on a costume, and this is what they do, Manic.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So you spent the money on the costume, and you sit there and you take pictures, and then you post them. But those aren't your real friends, right?
No.
So how much fun? That's why I think what's funny. At the end of the night, if you are the person that does that, you probably feel empty, right?
Yeah.
Someone says, hey, man, how was your Halloween, man? Well, I stayed inside and took pictures of myself all day, right? Well, that was awesome. That's why, these freak, I'll let you out of here with this. Do you think that's the reason why people don't have stories? Because they don't have real life friends who go out and do real life shit, right?
That would be the case in this time and age.
Do you know what I did last Halloween?
What's that?
Oh, or it wasn't exactly Halloween, but it was like 2 days before. Okay, I was in my costume, and then my friends and I were all hanging out. We go to GameStop. I'm in my costume at GameStop, picking up my pre-order for Mario Party Superstars, and then they recognize my costume. Then we go, we play that. I'm still in costume, and then after that, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna deadlift in costume.
Oh
Oh.
no!
And then guess what? Somebody recognized me, and now we're friends. We always like when we see each other at the gym, we're like, "Yeah, what's up?" Yeah. And I basically made a friend from that, so
Mhm.
that was cool. And I feel like not many people would have a story such like that.
No,
They
not many
don't.
people-
Well,
not
because
many
people are
do anymore.
disconnected. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll let you out here with this, Turbo Freak. Did you ever, while trick or treating, go to a house where you had that costume that like an adult was wearing that made you just freeze? Like,
Yes. If I recall correctly, the Scream costume when I was younger at the time got me.
yep,
If an adult was wearing that, I'm like, okay, nope.
yep. Well, yeah, because based on age, one of the things I noticed is that based on age, your costume is kind of indicative of your era, right? So I was born '82, so when Halloween, of course, there was all the sequels, right? The Michael Myers mask was like the mask, right? It is like the scariest of scary. You can go anywhere in the world and someone shows up with the Michael Myers mask, people just stop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody waits to see like what's going on, like they just freeze. Dude, when you saw people walk out, because usually it was like the big burly blue collar dad, right? And he puts the Michael Myers up. He's wearing like the Dickies, or like let's say he's a mechanic, right? He wears the Dickies coveralls, has the knife with the blood on it, puts that Michael Myers mask on, and you just like kids like trick or treat. And there was something about it was that opening, right? When the door opens, you don't know who's going to be behind that door, right? And vice versa. Neither side knew. So every time that the door swung open, the adults didn't know who the kids were gonna, what costumes. Whoa, let's see what costume. And they kind of did like a little panoramic view. But then likewise, you as the kid, you were shocked when because let's face it, most people were their regular selves, right? So you were always shocked when someone was in a costume at all. But especially when they put time into it, you're like, oh shit, damn, it's Ghostface. That catches you, man. But yeah, Turbo Freak, any last words, brother?
No last words from me. Y'all take care.
All right, happy Halloween, man. Thanks for calling in.
Happy Halloween.
So, all right, and let's add Black John. All right, hello, Black John. You are live.
What up?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Nothing much, man. You know what day it is. October 31st, a day that's in all of our childhood infamy dreams. Oh, man.
Oh, yes, sir.
There's nothing like it, man.
Oh, for sure. No, it's definitely been one of my favorite holidays, even though it's a shell of his former self, to say the least.
Well, Black John, I got to ask you this. What do you think we can do to bring Halloween back to its former glory?
That's a tough one. Honestly, like, for me personally, and it may be a nitpick, but I say we got to, get out of this phase of bitch made costumes. Because you see costumes even on my way home today, driving home from work, it's seeing Lilo from Lilo and Stitch, and it's that's not Halloween.
If you're a 4-year-old, that's okay. You know what I mean? Like if you're a little kid. But
Yeah.
Look, man, you got to have blood on your costume. It's got to look scary. You got to look menacing.
No, for sure. Because I remember when I was a kid growing up, I was Simba, and then I was the White Ranger. But then it's when the reins were released, and I could finally go out on my own with my friends and stuff. Ghostface, Michael Myers, some crazy demon mask thing. Yeah, it was freaking out. I wanted to be scared. I wanted to be intimidated, and have all the little kids be shocked when I walked past and shit.
Oh yeah. Well, though, I'm not out there tonight, but do you know what mask I hope? Obviously, like I said, Halloween is this is a joke of what it used to be. But if there's one mask I hope someone is wearing tonight, you know which mask that is? The mask of the grabber from the Black Phone with Ethan Hawke.
Ooh.
Did you see that mask, man? Because I saw the movie twice.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, I vaguely remember it.
Dude, so in that new movie, The Black Phone, which is written by Stephen King's son, the grabber's mask, man. You guys look that up. Type in I think if you just type in The Black Phone, it'll show you the mask. There's a level of like menace to it, right? And that kind of goes with what Black John is saying. These like pussified costumes. Like, no, bro, if you're gonna go out, go out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna tell you what I think we need to do, Black John, to make Halloween great again. I think we need to do a thing where we have like a little, like I said, an outreach in the sense I've seen kids and they, oh, nice, Skull Eater.
Let's
yeah,
go.
dude. Oh man, dude, that mask is incredible. But I think that we need to do an outreach of like we basically go like this. Okay, so we gotta you have to appease the parents who are scary, right? Who think that someone's gonna do something to their kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think we should just do it like this. People meet in the center of like whatever that block is, right? So like, okay, let's say you're on 105th Street, right? All right, the parents stand there, right? And they see the kids going down, and the parents as a cluster, just kind of like I said, like we used to do, right? The only difference now is that it's a cluster of parents instead of just like one or two, because all these parents are afraid that someone's gonna snatch their kid, right? Mm-hmm. So that way you get both. The kids still get to go out with their friends. They're still kind of free to be kids, yet the parents are close enough to them that they can kind of see and keep an eye on things. Because we don't talk to our neighbors anymore. No one knows anybody anymore.
Yeah.
We need to make Halloween great again. Because look, what happens when you start seeing kids around the neighborhood, you start seeing costumes, and then they start saying like, hey, Mr. Jones. And you're like, oh, shit, I know this kid. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, Drex, I've told you about the bike phenomenon, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're not going to see bikes outside of people's houses anymore.
It's so sad, man. It's so sad. Well, Black John, did you know anybody who biked during Halloween? Because like we always walked because of course you were carrying a bag. But did anybody ever bike?
No, not in my time. So I'm about like 30 right now, and yeah, not my time. Everybody always walked the streets, and it was great, And that's also like a crazy like juxtaposition between like then and now, like just in general. Even outside of Halloween, nobody's outside anymore. Like in my neighborhood, I know that there's a lot of parents here that have children. They are never fucking outside. And back when I was a kid, up to like early teens, kids outside all the time. Halloween was like, it may as well have been like a state fair out there. How many kids and shit were out there trick-or-treating? It was nuts. Now it's like nothing. It's just dead.
Well, Black John, I gotta ask you this: what do you think was the best part about that trick or treating when it was a Friday or Saturday, so you didn't have school that next day?
Oh man, you're unleashed. You're unleashed. You can stay out as late as you want. For the most part. Like some people had curfew. I didn't really. My parents they didn't really care too much after I was like 10 or so. Mm-hmm. They're like, yeah, you're with your friends. They know my friends. Well, they thought they knew my friends, They knew the facade of my friends because we got into some fuck shit, of course. But
of course.
But yeah, no, it was great. Like you go, and since it's a weekend, that's when you can push the limits. When Halloween fell on a weekday, it's like, yeah, you gotta kind of rein it in a bit, get back home. But when it's the weekend, it's like, that's when the peer pressure comes. Like, come on, man, like we can go to the next town over. It's okay. Yep. Like it's gonna be good. Like we're not getting in trouble. It's like
I'll tell you something I miss. So when we had this era, right? This was the era where you actually, if you needed to, you called your parents from someone else's house. Mm-hmm. So you'd be like, all right, so I'm like, let's say you're another neighborhood over, right? And you call, hello? You can hear like whatever sitcom or something in the background, right? And like, oh yeah, mom, it's me. I'm over at whoever's house. We're in neighborhood over. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. Because like I said, there weren't curfews. Like I don't think people understand. Parents used to be hands off. A lot of people don't know that. Like these modern kids, they're these helicopter parents. Parents weren't even around. What a shit show. But yeah, Black John, we'll get you out of here with this. Best and worst candy you remember?
Oh shit. Best candy for me, always Reese's. That's still like my vice to this day. Worst candy has to be candy corn, man.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, hold on. What's worse? candy corn or that god awful Booty Warrior candy that came in the black and the orange. You know what I'm talking about? They're like tappies.
I don't, but I will say I hate taffies of like all kinds. So
it was like
that's
it was
there.
it was like something between peanut butter and something. Everyone remembers it was okay. It was I would say it was unanimously considered the worst candy ever made. Right? In my whole lifetime, I knew two people who liked it in my whole lifetime. Right? And I'm like, who liked this? It came in a wrapper. It was black and orange. It was the Halloween colors, right? And they were about the size of like you know those like super bubblicious, like the thick gums. They're around like, a little bit bigger than that size. You unwrapped them and you put it in your mouth. You're thinking like, because they have like that taffy texture. And you're like, oh, this should be good. And every kid remembers like it hits their tongue like, and they take like a half bite. Like it was terrible. God, that shit was terrible. Oh, disgusting. The Black John, any last words, sir?
Yeah, dude. Just make Halloween great again, dude. It's the best holiday. It's the only transforming holiday.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because it starts in stages, You start as a kid, you're with the parents, you do that stuff, parents let the reins off, you go out with your boys. You get a little older, you start doing a little more mischief. You get into like, I don't know if you ever did it, but a little bit of the egging and the actual trick part of it. You get a little older into adulthood. You start going to parties and stuff like that. And it's just nice. It's one that always like stays with you and like grows with you, or at least it did. Now, not so much.
Well, what's kind of sad is that maybe I didn't notice it because I was a kid, but like Halloween basically became the adult holiday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no kids in the street. So do you know who celebrates Halloween? It's adults going to parties, right?
Yeah.
The girls dress as thoughts. The dudes dress as whatever the dudes dress as now. I mean, it's the excuse for girls to dress as slutty as humanly possible. Shout out to everybody who has ever known about UW, University of Wisconsin. They are like world famous for their crazy Halloweens out there in Madison. And shout out to the volleyball team. I saw the titties, uncensored. They were all nice titties, so shout out to them. You guys are making Halloween great again. I know y'all went to a college party, most likely got ran through with lots of booze, so much appreciated. Adults are making Halloween great. We just need to get these kids to make Halloween great. But Black John, thanks for coming on, sir.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
So, all right, we should probably address the super chat.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Max Simon for $5 is A supposed to be Australian? I'm not sure. You said you were married to Kat. It's a joke. I didn't get right. Happy 40th to you'd make a great villain with stature. Pump stars GF. Yeet the men.
Yeah, the people always laugh. So this is crazy. So Manic, Nick's server, right? In Nick's Discord, there were people that thought I was actually married to NCAA Cat. They took it like literally serious. I was like, are you serious? She had to go into his chat room, his Discord, and be like, guys, it's a joke. Oh, I'm like, how fucking dense are people now, man? Damn.
Yeah, everything said must be taken literally.
Yeah, that's weird, man.
Yeah, Speedy the Unsilent just joined as a member, and he's asking how to gain access to the Discord.
I think some of my Discord peeps are in the chat. Put it in there. I don't know technology shit. Tim knows that stuff.
Yeah.
If there's anybody who's in my Discord, our Discord's wild, man. We're always talking shit. We actually have a discussion coming up, Manic. You would appreciate this. Mm-hmm. We're gonna talk about how chicks will get smashed based on the pro wrestler.
Wrestler.
Like because this goes back to that degenerate locker room talk, right? When you okay, think about it though, Manic. Let your mind just kind of drift a little bit, right? You put on your Halloween mask, you want to turn into a different person. It's a transformative experience. All of a sudden, you thought of Rowdy Roddy Piper clapping the chick from the back while Ultimate Warrior just grabbing the bitch's head like this. Just looking crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? The Bushwhack twins. You think about Andre the Giant coming in. He's a legendary drinker. Like, we just have all these crazy thoughts. And it's like, bro, it's what I've always said. The manosphere got away from being fun. People keep being doom and gloom. I'm like, fuck that, man. I'm having fun.
Real. All right, I think it's about time. Let's add Castile to the chat. Castile, you're
Castile,
alive.
what up?
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
We can hear
Yes,
you loud
we
and clear.
can.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, man. How's it going?
It is always good, man. Yeah, you know this is that time of year. We got ghouls, we got ghosts, we got turbo thoughts.
Yep.
Let us know when you were growing up, man. What did Halloween mean to you?
Man, you know, it's like you guys were saying earlier how back in the 90s we were allowed to kind of roam free to a certain degree, and you had the parents like in the rear view.
I sure
And
wasn't.
well, I'll never forget this one night where I went out was with my aunt and her husband and my cousin, and I was Obi-Wan at the time with the little fucking clip-on ponytail. And I forget what he was, but I remember we were walking up to this house, and this guy in the whole screen got popped out of a bush, and he tried to scare us. And this guy in a huge ass Vader costume's like, "Hey, what the fuck you doing?"
Oh.
He's like, "Nah, man. I mean, I understand you're trying to have fun here, but these are kids. You don't go doing that. Don't go doing that."
Now, Castor, do you think the whole like scaring people thing was meant for adults? Because like adults do the whole like prank thing, like it's like, oh shit, but like. Yeah, look, man, the world has changed, right? Like you try to, scaring kids, especially if there's an adult around. You don't know. I mean, there's some people that are armed out there, right? They might go ahead and do something.
Yeah, especially with I don't know if you guys remember, but that whole clown thing that was weird a while back, where there was clowns everywhere and there'd be hella creepy.
2016.
Yep. And yeah, like that. I mean, I was already too old to be doing it then, but I remember hearing that my aunt and uncle with their kids, they didn't take them out because they were scared of running into one of those clowns here, which it didn't happen. But I mean, there's always that small probability. But I mean, yeah, other than stuff like that, that's kind of helped ruin Halloween to where we are now. I mean, I think that it should still be enjoyed. Just got to be sure that you're safe, and then you're always vigilant of your surroundings. And it's kind of depressing too, because not as many kids come by to get candy anymore. I've noticed that it keeps dwindling as time goes on, and I don't really know what one could do about it, to be honest with you, because it's all on the parents at this point.
Yeah, the parents are the ones holding Halloween back. That's the problem, because especially imagine being a kid now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a costume, right? You have an anime character. Let's say you're going as Goku, right?
Yep.
And your mom and or dad is like, oh no, there's all kinds of creeps out there. I'm gonna take you to the church or the mall or the wherever. It's like now you basically literally robbed a kid of a lifelong experience, because like you never get that back again. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can never be 8 years old again.
No.
Like I think all of us are kind of chasing a ghost, because it doesn't matter what you ascend to. This is something I learned a long time ago. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter where you travel to. You'll never hit the peak of childhood. You can have all the money, all the girls, all whatever, right? All the clout. And you ever notice that you'll see people just kind of have that look of like misery? They're like,
yeah, like they just don't enjoy it.
Yeah, you don't enjoy it. Whereas like
you don't enjoy it as much as you used to, and it's like if you're hearing a song for the very first time, how it impacted you, your emotions, or what the first time you saw a movie, you'll never get that back. And then you see people trying to relive that, and it's just like, it's kind of it's kind of sad. But
yeah,
I mean,
because the person has changed, right?
Yeah.
Like over time, you yourself has changed. Like even if you try to do the same things, like hell, let's face it. Go to a party, like let's say a college party or an adult's party, right?
Mhm.
Getting hammered is no different than any other party that adults get hammered at, right?
No, it's not, and that's
they're just in costume. That's it.
That's the only difference, and that's one of the main reasons why I stopped caring for parties in general, because it's always the same damn thing. You always got the beer pong, you always got the rowdy people in the corner somewhere in the house. It's always the same people, and then I've noticed that some older people around my age are still doing it. I'm like, I mean, I understand you want to have fun, but there are other ways to go about that. It's just unless you're going to be really creative in what you do with these parties, which I don't think there's anything new, but it's just there. I mean, you can always have fun and not get totally inebriated. I mean,
correct.
Yeah, but if you don't mind, real quick, I can show you real briefly what my costume is. I'm sure you guys have an idea. Hold up.
That was the best feeling, Manic, when you just went and got your costume, and they had all of the.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Oh snap!
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, sorry
That's
about that.
nice.
I couldn't have the headset on me because it's too big. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's nice. You know what,
Mhm.
the beauty of it though is that, like, even when as an adult you could do anything that involves a costume. Is there a part of you that even for that moment it's like you feel that spark of childhood again, right?
yeah. Like
Just because I
absolutely.
mean, when are adult? Like, we talk about kids not putting on masks. Hell, they're still making like paper mache masks in school. Adults never wear masks, right? Like, there's never a time where we're like, yeah, man, I'm about to go in and put on this mask. We don't put on costumes.
Hmm.
So, like, the moment we do, it's almost like we transform back into that 8-year-old boy or girl that we were back then.
Yeah. I don't get to do it as much as I'd like to because I missed out on last year's Halloween. But when I was able to go to work in my costume, I went as Nero from Devil May Cry 5. I went as Homelander at one point. I was gonna go today as you saw me, but I had the day off today,
Mm.
so I've been kind of passing out candy here and there when I can in costume.
How many
But
people do you get to come in for all that?
so far it's only been like I want to say like maybe up to 15 kids so far. It's not as much as before at all. Like I remember one year, was it I think 2 years ago or three, there was at least more than like 40, 50 kids that showed up like in one night when it came to getting candy. Now
Damn.
it's just yeah, it just keeps dwindling. If you don't
Mm.
mind me asking you guys, what's your most memorable Halloween for you? It doesn't matter if it was if you were a child or teenager or whatever. What was your most memorable for you?
Go
Uh,
ahead, man.
it might have been like trespass, like when we were in like sixth grade. We were trespassing. There was a sign that's like government property, do not pass, and then we passed it, and then I don't know. There was some stuff that probably should have been kept under wraps, but it was only a fence.
Yeah.
I feel like sooner or later somebody would have scaled it.
It's beautiful. Well, like, I was looking it up on my phone because there's two Halloweens that stand out in my mind. It was the 91. So in 1991, I googled it. That was the Blizzard Halloween that caused $100 million in fucking damages, right?
Hmm.
And so I'm looking here. It says the 1991 Halloween blizzard was a powerful storm that caused a period of heavy snowfall and ice accumulation, which affected parts of the upper Midwest of the United States from Halloween to November 3rd. Now, the reason why this is so important is that we had the hottest Halloween back to back. So imagine the shittiest Halloween ever and the best Halloween ever back to back.
That's crazy.
It's like, because like I said, Minnesota's terrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually about to look it up. So if I type in Minnesota Halloween, I'm gonna type in 1990. I'm gonna see. So it was 90 or 92. We had the hot one, right? And it was crazy because, like, so my best friend shows up and he was wearing a Super Mario costume, right? And he was just sweating his balls off. He went out there and like, when a kid takes off their hat and their hair just kind of like they have like that look. It's the way that football players look when they
They're
take their
like
helmet off.
drenched. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, he was like just
Yeah.
I'm looking at him. I don't remember what I went as. I remember like I had it like slightly better, but like I do remember. I think I might have had a mask,
Hmm.
and like I would literally have to like take it off and just like walk regular for a while, right? And be like, okay, time to put this mask on because we're about to go ask for candy. Whoosh. Trick or treat, and then like once we got the candy, take the shit back off,
Yep.
bro. It was so hot, and it's just like, oh god damn, it was something. But like I do want to ask you this though before we get you out of here. So Black John, you're talking about how what can we do to make Halloween better. Do you think that like we could start in the schools, or do you think we need to start in the homes?
Personally, I'd say homes and then go to the schools, but that's
Yeah.
just how I view things.
Okay, we need to have a neighborhood watch, but it has reverse ESG scores. Okay, so he'll incentivize you. You will go outside. You will dress in Halloween costumes on Halloween. You will meet your neighbors, and then that's how we have to enforce it.
You know, it's funny you
On
mentioned neighborhood watch because I don't know if they're still active, but I used to go trick or treating in my grandparents' neighborhood. They were always active. They were always around, around the kids, watching them and being supportive. And I don't know if they're even around anymore. Honestly, it's kind of weird because that stuff used to be a thing actually before.
Yep.
I don't know about you guys now if it's a thing over there, but yeah, no, it's
It was a
sad.
huge deal. Oh, I
Yeah,
did
it
find it.
was.
It was 1990. On my phone there, you'll see it says if
Like,
right there you said 1990 and 91. You see it says
yeah.
32 and then 70. So
Yeah.
1990, 70 degrees, blizzard, 32. Bro, if you would have known how big of a difference, like because as a kid you're thinking, man, this is great, and then you go out there that next year, it's like
You're freezing her ass off.
you're just sitting there with the rapid jaw movement and shit. Like, dude, it was something else, man. But yeah, it's like I do want to ask you this though. Do you think kids would benefit more if they started, like I said, getting to the Halloween spirit more of interacting in that it would carry over into schools because you're seeing these kids now who are asocial. They don't talk to any other kids. They feel isolated. Do you think something as simple as like the schools having like costume. We're not saying like competition because how these people are all weird about competition, but like
Yeah.
getting people in that spirit, right? Could get them to just start talking.
Yeah, just make some sort of small. It doesn't have to be a big event. Just make some sort of event to have them socialize because socialization when it comes to children is very important. Like for me personally, like I won't go too deep into it, but I was always like home. Like I never was allowed to go out unless it had to do with school or family outings. And that's really damaging. Like you
Mm-hmm.
can't restrict a kid too much and you can't give him too much freedom. There's got to be a moderate balance. And that would absolutely help. And that would get them to open up more and then just make more friends and just be more social because without being able to socialize, it's gonna be really hard for them when they're older
Mm-hmm.
because every job requires socialization to a degree.
Correct. You got that shit right. Black. Any last words?
No, I mean, thank you guys for having me on. It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
Much appreciated, man. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
All right, peace out. All right, yeah, should probably address the super chat. Epic Yoshi says Drexy Poo woke G4 shut down.
Oh yeah, the G4. I'm happy about it just because there was so much woke with the resurgence of G4. That's not relaunch. It didn't resurge at all. The relaunch of G4 and Frost and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
That was a Halloween nightmare movie. Because I mean, like, let's talk about sexism and gaming. It's like, oh my god.
Did
What
you
are we-
hear about? Do you hear about all the fallout and stuff? Like, say Frost said after. the
Yeah,
whole thing
yeah, I
was
did
said and
catch
done?
that. I know Yellow Flash and there's a couple other people. Shout out to Yellow Flash and Ryan Cannell. I think they talked about people like Frost, basically kind of like basically shitting on the very people that like stuck their neck out for.
Yeah, because she
It's
said
like-
she was basically brought on as the antithesis of Olivia Munn. She was supposed to be like, okay, to show our fans that we have to subvert what they want. That we know they want, attractive women, but we're gonna get the exact opposite, and then lecture them.
How'd that work out?
Ridiculous. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go broke, man.
For real. Yeah, oh, and we have another super chat. Rogue for $5 said, had plenty of trick-or-treaters despite the rain. Some folks did use COVID as an excuse on why they have no candy, but they're outside. Lol. Huh?
Yeah.
What?
COVID
right now,
2 years later?
this Halloween.
I hope he doesn't mean 2022, brother.
I really hope not.
Say it ain't so.
Exactly. Well, I mean, just leave a candy bowl out
Yeah.
if you're that scared.
Leave it out there and just say, look, they have those
Take one.
the mail. Someone rings the doorbell, you just slide a little treat through the little thing. Like, there you go. Get some
Yeah.
candy.
Ooh,
Fucking weird.
Drex would smash Frost and Family Court.
Yeah, Machine Gun Kelly. I would here's the thing. I saw nudes of Frost.
What?
Yeah. I saw Frost nudes. Because of the body dimensions, it looks like if you were like a 14-year-old boy again.
Oh.
So it's like so Frost gets tatted all the way up, like the whole like the back, like all of that is tatted up.
Yeah.
And my thing is this though, it's not like Frost has some like terrible body, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Manic, between the crazy snaggle teeth and the attitude, right? The ideology.
Yeah.
We all know if we're gonna be fair, let's be fair to Frost. If Frost had the right attitude, if she had the right attitude and got her damn teeth fixed, Frost wouldn't be that and grew her hair out, right? Like and stopped with all like that. Because let's face it, there are clothes women can wear that makes them look attractive, right? She wanted to bitch about Olivia Munn and what is the other one? Morgan Webb. Well, I mean, they look like women.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but Frost looks like Machine Gun, like looks like Machine Gun Kelly. I don't know if Frost is a tranny. I don't know. But when you look at Olivia Munn, you're like, yep, I like this. Morgan Webb, I like this. And then someone's like, yeah, Frost. If you have a neck tattoo as a woman, Manic, you're done. You're done.
Okay,
Sorry, Frost, you're done.
Okay, I can clarify Frost is not trans.
Look, man, I'm just saying. Oh, you know, look, yeah, she does look like she's a Rocky Horror Picture Show, bro. She's just a weird looking chick, man. It's like, oh.
Real, yeah. Thank you, Aiden, for $5, and also Rogue responded, "Yes, I'm serious." In 2022, Marylander,
bruh.
Yeah, that's where like Martha's Vineyard is. So
COVID still in the current year, bro. You need to be in the Get Out sequel, man. Get Out Marylander. Damn.
Real. Yeah. Yeah, Maryland. I haven't been there, but I heard it's pretty bad. Okay. We keep getting more super chats. Oh yeah, take this to homie from Castile.
Much appreciated.
Very cool. All right, and we are gonna bring Man of One Title on.
Man of One Title,
Yo.
what up?
What's going on, guys? Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween to you. You got the great green screen. Your cat's. How do you have your cat sitting there and he's not in a costume?
He doesn't wear nothing.
Oh, damn.
I've tried. He hates it. He won't put up with it. He's not into Halloween.
Well, Man of One Title, let me ask you this. What is your favorite part about just Halloween and like this whole experience in general?
So I think my favorite part about Halloween, and it's been like that since I was a kid, is it's the first social thing to do in the whole school year. Because when you start school in August and September, everyone's kind of getting used to each other, getting settled in, you know, trying to see what class is going to be like for the rest of the year. But when Halloween rolls around, that's when everybody gets into the mood of celebrating the holiday and start having fun. You know who your friends are, you know you're going to be hanging out with, and then all the introductions out of the way. And it's the first, and that goes for elementary school, junior high, high school, college. It's like the first holiday that everybody gets to celebrate in that year. So that's the one thing I really always liked about it. It was the first holiday that everybody got to either go to parties with or go hang out after school and have fun with. I think that's probably it.
Wait, is that a Turtles cup?
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, snap.
All
right, so Man of One Title, did you ever dress up as a Ninja Turtle for Halloween?
Actually, yes. When I was in first grade, I was Raphael.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that was my brother's favorite.
I have Ninja Turtles masks. I highly doubt they still fit me, but they're somewhere.
They were, I mean, if you were a kid in the 80s and 90s, bro, Ninja Turtles were everywhere. Like, you couldn't escape them.
I grew up with the 2012 show.
Oh, yeah, my daughter watched it. It was actually great, the Nickelodeon one, the 3D.
Yeah, that was actually I heard that's like really good in retrospect.
Did you ever see the Turtles Forever, the crossover of the old 80s cartoon and the revival of it?
Oh, no, I missed that.
Yeah, it was a movie that they made where they had the old 80s Turtles that cross dimensions with I think the 2005 version. Or there was a Turtle show that they made, but it was actually really good. It was funny.
Nice.
And I won't spoil it or anything, but the ending was probably the best Ninja Turtles anything that I had ever seen.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
So highly recommend it.
Now, man, I got to ask you this. Halloween time on this glorious day, what were the movies that you liked seeing when they, because you remember back in the day, they would like the best horror movies always came out leading up to Halloween. Like, do you remember, like, not that Saw was a good movie, but do you remember we had a streak? It was like damn near a decade of just Saw movies every Halloween. You remember that? Like,
yeah.
Boom, boom. It was like Halloween, a Saw movie. You're like, God damn, again?
Yeah, didn't they also do that with
Paranormal Activity? I think was another one that did it.
Paranormal Activity,
Scary Movie,
Annabelle.
but that's more of a comedy. Yeah,
Scary Movie. It stopped being funny after the second one.
Yeah, the Wayans Brothers is the real version.
Yeah, yeah, and they did that a lot, but horror movies, there haven't really been a whole lot that I've dug in the past 10 years, because all the slasher ones, it's just some dick standing in the end of a hallway with the lights dimmed until you hear the orchestra hit, and then he starts running, and that's like the scary part. And they just didn't really get very creative at some point. I don't know when it was, but when Saw came out, that's when you saw a whole lot of movies where it's like they have to show you everything, every detail, all the gore. Like, it set a trend that was just left little to the imagination. So, but as far as Halloween movies that I always really liked, well, when I was a kid, Nightmare Before Christmas, my classroom every year always put that on right before Halloween happened. And so that was one of my favorites. And then the first horror movie I had ever seen was the first Candyman.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, and I saw that when I was like 8. And I don't really remember it scaring me that much, because I think by the time when I saw it, I was just really, really sleepy, and I wound up falling asleep. And I think if I could say there was one movie that even as an adult scared me, was REC. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
Oh yeah, they have sequels for that too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
which is that the one?
They made Quarantine. Quarantine was
I was
based
thinking the VHS, right? Or VHS has the sequels.
Oh, maybe.
REC, VHS, they look similar. Because I never saw it, but I remember seeing it.
It was a Spanish movie in 2007, I think, is when it got made.
Let me look this shit.
But if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. Quarantine was the American version, and they basically copy pasted it. But with the Spanish version, the difference is that the flow goes so much better, and the pacing is a lot better. And with Hollywood movies, you can tell that they're acting. And with REC, because it's in Spanish, you have subtitles that you're going off of. So unless you speak Spanish, you can't really tell if there's bad acting or good acting, but everybody looks real. It's kind of one of those found footage types of movies, but the way that everything is all choreographed and the way that it's all shot, it looks real, and it is terrifying.
All right.
I've shown that to people, and they were just like, and you know when you're seeing something that scares you in a movie, and you're just like,
it has you on edge.
Racing, you can like hear your heartbeat and feel it. Like they were like that the whole time.
You know that.
So
damn, I gotta catch this.
Yeah, well, that's a good one.
Well, Man on One Title, let me ask you this before we get you out of here. On Halloween, was there ever a costume that your buddy put on that made you look at him like, bro, you shouldn't wear that? Ever have a bad costume? You know, you always have that person that may have been like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go as, and then you kind of like looked at him like, you're going as a sailor.
I can't think of any that were like that. Everybody that I've either been to parties to that I went with, or just trick or treating as a kid, and nothing ever really stands out that I was just all like, that is really lame, dude. No, go back to the drawing board with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like, do you have an example? Like, have you seen one?
Oh no, I remember seeing a kid who dressed up. I didn't know him. He dressed up as a sailor. I'm like, that's like cute when you're like, I don't know, like 4 or 5. But like once you're like 8, 9, 10, you gotta like, I think costumes tend to escalate, right? Because no
Yeah.
like little kid wears like something super scary, right? They're like man, you're wearing Simba, you're wearing Lilo and Stitch, but then you get to a certain age where it becomes, oh, you wear the Jason mask. Then it becomes like, oh, I'm making my own. I got the bloodshed on the an apron and like a crazy demon mask, and like it gets much more elaborate and I guess much more threatening, right? Because you want your costume to be basically something that you would be afraid of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, nobody
Yeah,
want. You ever notice that? Like you want to be afraid of whatever it is that you are impersonating.
Yeah, and especially if you get to that age where you're getting into middle school and high school, you can't get caught dressing up something sissy like that.
Right.
You won't hear the end of it for a while.
Yeah.
Yep.
But there was a couple of things that I wanted to say that going off of what Rogue was saying about how people were scared of COVID right now. There was one story I wanted to tell you about Halloween in not last year, but the year before, where it was in 2020 and COVID was still going on, but I was bartending and I still had to work, but we had to wear masks all the time. And because we were dealing with the public and, and handling people's drinks and stuff, it was ridiculous. But I said, you know what? All right. If I have to wear a mask just to make an income, I'm going to have fun with it. So I paid for like an $80 custom made, perfectly to a T how it's supposed to look, Mortal Kombat Noob Saibot mask. And I just wore that while I was bartending for a while. and it wasn't even like regulation. It didn't have like any cloth or anything in it. But I'm like, who cares? No one's gonna know.
No, actually, in some places there are like Halloween. Like if the mask is a part of a costume, you have to have another mask over it.
Stop.
No, I'm not kidding. I am not kidding.
Where was that?
Like California.
I was gonna say this had to be because
I'm in California.
Oh,
We didn't
wow.
have nothing like that. It must have been it must have been LA or something.
Or like it was like probably like a government building.
Yeah.
Well, you guys
That's
ever seen the
ridiculous.
kids who have they're playing the instruments, but they have a mask on?
Yeah.
I'm like, they like cut out a little like mouthpiece on the mask. I'm like, wow.
It was like tailor made just to play wind.
Yeah, like
That's like something you'd expect to see in a South Park joke, but Poe's Law, like a
right.
I mean, South Park completely bought into the narrative when it comes to that.
Yeah, they did well, I mean, the studio is in LA.
Oh, is it?
Oh, I thought it was like Colorado or something.
Well, no, Matt Stone and Trey Parker are from Colorado, but South Park Studios is based in LA. So
okay.
a lot of their writers they're all in that, circle jerk. But yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, over where I was, it wasn't that serious where everybody had to double mask whenever somebody on the news said to, but I mean, I just had fun with it, and it was actually really cool Halloween because when Halloween rolled around, I got the rest of the gear and was complete Mortal Kombat out. So that was and that was fun. And that's the thing too, is a lot of Halloween costumes I never really put too much money or time or effort into, because when Halloween's over, it's like, okay, well, I gotta throw this away now. Feels like a waste. So I just kind of did everything else sloppy, but still kept that mask, and I still kept on using it. So, yeah, I had fun with it, but that's the last time that I can remember really doing a whole lot for Halloween. And touching up on what you said about kids not really going out and trick or treating anymore, I think what a lot is going on right now is that the people who have kids that want to go trick or treating, they're all taking them to the same neighborhoods. They're all taking them to the gated communities or the houses that are really nice that'll have like a shitload of candy to all give out. So they've kind of like brought them all into one area where all the people that have houses there are going to be giving out candy, and they have the Halloween decorations all done up.
I never thought of that. Huh.
And on top of that, this is the thing I really don't like is they're expanding Halloween out to be like a Halloween week.
No, that's not the nature of Halloween.
Yeah, like if there's anything that's going to make Halloween great again, it's to celebrate it only on October 31st.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this last weekend, Saturday, that was when I saw a bunch of people all going out all in costumes to go and celebrate Halloween. It's like, it's 2 days from now. Come on.
Well, now here's the thing though. There's always been a slight pass when it comes to adults celebrating Halloween because like you had a Halloween party, right? So the 29th was Saturday, right? And we know that no one's going to be celebrating on a Sunday because they got to go to work the next day. So like that is a little more acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like as long as they aren't just constantly, like lingering in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's more of an adult thing because like, kids don't. I don't think any kids were like celebrating on Saturday.
Well, I saw them. I mean, there was neighborhoods where they had they didn't do like trick or treating, knocking on the doors, but what they had was a truck or treating thing where people just had their trucks or their cars with their back doors open and like barrels of candy, like for kids to go and take some, and then go to like a little Halloween shindig for kids. It's just like, okay, all right, that's too much.
That's not Halloween, man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you're right. It is more about like the adults now than it is about the kids, and I think that's a shame.
Basically.
Damn shame.
Right.
Well, man, I want to tell any last words, sir.
No, not really. Thanks for having me on, and hope everybody has a happy Halloween. Congratulations on episode 100, by the way.
Thank you, sir.
And that's pretty much it.
Coming on. Happy Halloween to you, man. Go watch some horror flicks.
Have a good one.
I will. Later.
All right. Peace out.
All right. How much time do you have left, Drexel?
We can probably go another maybe 30. We'll just be quick with the next one.
Okay. Just because there's a bunch of super chats we got to get.
Oh shit, yeah. We'll do 30, but like we'll still get through the super chats too.
Okay. This is a lot of this about the Frost stuff in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Frost looks like a 14-year-old emo boy. I half expect her to get way too serious about how From First to Last was better when Sonny Moore was singer.
I don't know what the hell From First to Last is.
I'm assuming it's a band.
Oh, okay.
Hey, see, it's not our demographics. That's the joke, because it'd be like 14-year-old boys.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Chrissy Meyer spoofing Frost will look better than Frost.
Yeah, that was savage.
That was funny. I remember seeing that. Yeah. And okay, by the way, I looked up Frost's Twitter, and Frost is a lesbian, by the way. Just to clarify.
Hold on, Manic. Stop. Do lesbians exist? Yes or no?
I not really, but
no. There's no such thing as a lesbian.
Or she is married to a woman. That's how I should have phrased
miserably. You don't act like Frost unless you're miserable. You see what I'm saying? All Frost needs is some dick. Let's be honest. She needs that patriarchal dick, man. If there's anybody in the chat that can go ahead and smash Frost, clap those Frost cheeks. I'm gonna do a smasher pass. Let me ask these dudes. Smasher pass.
Yeah. And also when I was scrolling down her Twitter, I just saw this is a tweet from Frost, by the way. My mom's such a baller. She owned a Tesla and sold the car and bought a different electric vehicle because she hates Elon Musk that much. Wow. I respect it. What a rock and roll move.
Stunning and brave.
So stunning. Castile for $5 if you haven't seen it. Scott Atkins interviews Ernie Reyes Jr. from the live action Ninja Turtle movie with the Ooze.
Oh, nice. Yeah, part 2 was the secret of the Ooze, man.
Shadow Goof for $5. My first costume, my mom made me Scorpion from Mortal Kombat 1 movie. And I look so rad. Instead of a mask, we use a hoodie and yellow bandana for the mask.
I like it.
That's cool.
God, man. MK1.
All right. I think that this should be like the last 2 or so. I was trick-or-treating in Pasadena.
Pasadena? Yeah, okay, Pasadena, California.
Oh, okay. In 1974, when the Candyman killed trick-or-treating. Before that night, most of the treat we got were homemade apples, popcorn, owls. Damn. All that ended that night. Yeah, I remember my mom telling me, is like, okay, remember, only candy. If it's anything else, it's probably poisoned.
Damn.
Dallahan for $5 says, in early 2000s, my brothers covered themselves in white powder for Halloween. What were they? World Trade Center survivors, of course. I hope that's a real story. And Speedy the Unsilent for $20 says, my first horror movie was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I found it hilarious. Lol.
Yeah, it was. So that movie was funny to us, because by the time I saw it, obviously, I saw that movie probably when I was about 8, 9, 10, maybe. So it was already out for a while, right? And yeah, we saw it as being more comedic, even in the first one where it was not intended to be. But I've talked to somebody who saw that movie when it came out, right? He was in Chicago, and he said there were people literally running out of the theater for that shit, man. Because there had never been a movie that you could get yeeted in your dreams. You see what I'm saying? So I'm sure that had to be kind of terrifying for an audience that in that time in the 80s, like, whoa, man, that's too mind blowing. You know what I'm saying? That you got yeeted in your dream and then you never wake up.
All right, and okay, 2 more. I think people just keep your eyes aren't that soft, Trex. Peace. And I heard more German Shepherds come to my house tonight asking for candy than kids. They started barking when I told them candy is for kids, and then closed the door. The kids didn't have a chance.
That's so bad, man. Oh, these broke ass German. Oh.
Did they have kids? Did they just roll up?
Hold on, Manic. All German Shepherds have kids, fam. They're all single moms. You're not gonna meet a German Shepherd who doesn't have kids, man.
Were the kids 13, with them? Were the kids with them? That's what I want to know.
Nah, little Walmart Tays is down the street. Just give me some candies I can give to him.
Logan Orr for $2. Not even one trick or treater tonight. Damn. Okay, and I think that is all. So we're gonna bring in Jim S to the stream. How's it going?
What's up? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Jim, loud and clear. What is up?
Congratulations, Drex. You're the first person to ever get me on a fucking live stream.
See that?
Let's go.
We got you. We got you on the live stream. Now you need to get my ass on that boat. God damn. So, Jim, give these young bucks a story about what Halloween was like in your day, man.
Oh my God. What Halloween was like in my day? It was like a fucking free-for-all. It went until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Shit all changed. It's the parents that changed it. They don't want their kids out. Plus, they spoil them. And for us, Halloween was when you got candy that lasted you until Easter.
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah, Jim, because I told the guys earlier, candy was a treat as a kid. Like, it was so rare to get it.
How
Halloween was like your one time.
How often did your parents buy you a fucking candy bar when you went to the grocery store? Once, twice in your life?
Like you could like I could remember if someone asked me, maybe I went a whole year without them getting it, right? Like, you ask them in the checkout line, right? Please, no. Please, no. Damn.
Yeah, you didn't get shit.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously there's generational difference. I feel like my parents were a lot more lax when it comes to that. It's like, yeah, you can have a candy bar, you can have Oreos.
That's where the downfall started.
Yep.
I mean, chances are my parents would just buy like a tub of something for the whole family. And then,
a lot of people, it's going to start coming around, I think, because we're experiencing the inflation and the problems that the 70s had.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why parents were a lot less likely to start wasting money on stuff. They're like, oh, no, you know what? I'll make you a hamburger. McDonald's? No, that costs too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think about costumes in like the atmosphere back then, Jim? Because like back in the day, these guys, I see people in the chat saying they got no trick-or-treaters. How many kids do you remember that didn't trick-or-treat when you came up?
Everyone trick-or-treated. There was not anybody who didn't.
Yep.
I mean, I've lived in this house I'm at now for 7 years. There has never been a trick-or-treater come to my house. And I live in a $2 million house. So don't tell me they don't want candy from me. And every year I buy it and sit there like, where the fuck are they? And they don't show up.
Holy shit. Damn. Like, Jim, is there a part of you that is sad to see that? Like,
it is pretty sad, actually. It's depressing. I mean, we used to look forward to it. You would, I mean, either someone would make when I was younger, my grandma would make the costume, whatever it was, a bear or a dinosaur, and then you got a little older, you started wanting something bought from the store. So you'd, get like a cop outfit or a pirate, a bum, Dracula, Frankenstein, Chewbacca.
Yeah.
But, it ain't the same anymore. I don't know. I mean, I don't think
as
they
some guys
care.
earlier, like here's the thing: do you think the parents are the ones that aren't caring, or the kids? Because like kids care about everything that you allow them to care about, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I don't think they need to care because, like, when we were kids, Drex, that's where you got your candy for 6 months. It was, Halloween to Easter. Easter was until, Halloween, and that was your candy.
Yeah, and they were, I guess, Christmas, but you got like desserts for Christmas, like cookies, pie.
You get your stocking with some fruit.
Correct.
Yeah,
you got some
had
other
fucking
stuff.
oranges and shit in your Halloween or your Christmas stocking. You didn't get some candy canes. You didn't get a bunch of crazy shit.
How sad is that, man? Like, so let me ask you this though, Jim. When you talk to like some of the young kids out there, right? Do they ever do they kind of have like a wide eye when you tell them like how things used to be, like Halloween and things like that? Do they kind of go like what the hell? Like you're saying that the streets were flooded with kids? Because in their reality there are none, right?
Well,
no one walks the street.
I've got a 21-year-old son, Drex, and I don't know. I mean, I took him trick or treating when he was younger, let him go out, and try to tell him go on his own. He didn't want to go out on his own. Come with me. I'm like, why do I got to come with you? So I that's part of it, I want to say. But, like, I don't know. They just don't have any drive. I think we gave them too much.
I think so, too. Well, taking risks doesn't really kind of, like, compute for them. And, like, doing anything more than, like, living in the Wally world bare minimum, like just sitting on a fucking computer all day. Like, and this is another thing, though, Jim. We were never around our parents as kids. I don't have any memories of being with my parents ever, unless it was like a family vacation. Because think about it, you were in school, you were out of school, you're with your friends, right? When were you with your parents?
That was it. I mean, dinner. Come eat dinner with them. That was it. And then after dinner was get out.
Yeah. And that, especially with boys, right? Because they really told boys to get the fuck out of the house. Like, you weren't allowed to like literally sit there ever. It was like, wait, why are you here? Why are you breathing? Don't breathe air in my presence. Get out of the house. Go do something.
But we used to do stuff like if it wasn't baseball, it was football or street hockey, basketball, swimming. It was always something you were doing outside. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they just sit like, what I think it is? They sit waiting for something to happen. And I think that's what caused Halloween to die, right? You're aware of Halloween. It's in the public consciousness because, let's face it, everywhere you go, all the stores start having Halloween themes, right? But like they wait for Halloween to happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, all right, it's Halloween. I was saying earlier, Jim, I bet you these people just sit around doing this, right? They
just want to get their Instagram snaps for costume, and that's the end of it. I mean, how much of it is that they're lazy and they don't want to actually walk from house to house?
I think let me ask you this. Do you think that's a bigger part of it even than like some of the other reasons? 'Cause I think that might be these kids don't walk anywhere.
Well, Jax, how many fat kids were there in your class in grammar school?
Every kid only, so this is what happened. Back in the day, every class had one obese kid, and you had like a couple of like chubbier kids, right? And when I say in the class, I don't mean like your 5th grade class. No. I mean like once you got to middle school, our whole 7th grade class had one obese kid, right?
Yep. One big kid that everyone laughed at.
Yep.
And then a couple chubby people, and that was it. And there was no big girls like huge big girls like now. No,
your life was ruined.
Ones. Yeah, there was no girls that you'd be like, damn, that's a big ass girl. No,
there were no Lizzos. We didn't have Lizzo and Tess Holiday. They did not exist.
Oh, okay. I'd argue there's more fat girls, in my generation than there are fat dudes.
I believe it.
Right? Yeah.
I believe it.
Say so.
Hey, some big bitches.
But like this body positivity, it's only for women.
Of course it is. Well, and thirsty simps enable it. Now, I will say this though. I mean, all the chicks out there, don't go out trick or treating. Don't steal your kids' candy. Look, we need this recession. We need hyperinflation. Jim, we need to starve these hoes. Okay.
Something's got to happen.
Something's got to happen to get these women's weight down because Manic, they won't listen, right? You tell them we want women who are fit. They say, "Ow, my body, my choice. Let me go ahead and eat something," and they eat more and more.
Were you the one watching that video, Drex, of that woman with her kid making her the hot dogs, and she ate the pack of hot dogs and he ate one? Was that you?
Wait, what?
There was somebody watching the video. I can't remember if it was you or Dick Masterson with this woman.
It had to be Dick. I mean, I wish it were me, just because it sounds absurd.
It was something about with like where a kid was doing all the work in the house, doing the dishes, and this big fat ass bitch is sitting on the couch. She's like, "I want hot dogs." The kid goes and makes. I mean, I'm talking a kid maybe 6, 7, 8 years old, makes his mom a pack of fucking hot dogs and a loaf of bread. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. How is this happening?
What, bruh? You need to find me that.
Sure it wasn't you.
I wish it were me. Damn.
Maybe it was Nick's stream. I don't know, but it was. I just was like, this is ridiculous.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Ugh. Now, let me ask you this, though. So, Jim, we'll get you out of here with this. You say you have a son who's 21. You come from a different era, right? Is there anyone that he sees in between that lets him know that there needs to be some things that are preserved, like Halloween?
I don't know, man. I honestly don't. I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think it's going to go the way of, Easter used to be a really religious holiday.
It was.
And that changed. I mean, when our parents were kids, Easter was a religious holiday where people went to church and it was all about the family. And then when we were kids, it was more about getting your Easter basket and the eggs and the egg hunts and the scavenger hunts, going looking for eggs and shit like that. And now it's just like, I don't even know.
Well, you know what I think that is, though, Jim? I think that's the destruction of the nuclear family. Because this is what happens. In a nuclear family, though, you think about it, who was painting the eggs? It was the moms, right?
Yeah.
The moms were free to do that shit, and they did it. Now, mom has to work, or she's on OnlyFans, popping her butthole open on camera.
Well, that might be why Halloween's going downhill too, because a single mom working can't really, have the time to get costumes and do all this stuff and send the kid out. They're worried about making dinner or getting food or whatever, or they're just busy out running around like a hoe. Yeah, well, most of them are just out chasing dick. I'm being honest with you. A lot of these single moms aren't actually like really working the way people think they're working. They're literally just out on dating apps chasing dick. I mean, think about how many kids are raised by their grandparents.
Yeah.
They can't, they don't want to. They've already done that. They don't want to deal with it.
So, Jim, what is your hope for Halloween going forward?
I don't know. I'm hoping for The Purge. Actually, I'm going to go to Chicago. I'm going to watch on New Year's, and hopefully it'll all kick off, and I could be there to watch and smoke a cigar and drink some Blantons and just relax and laugh.
Well, look, I told you. You need to be giving us updates. I want updates on The Purge, man. The Purge law, it goes into effect January 1st. Shout out to everybody in Illinois who most likely won't make it when the Purge law comes in effect. I mean, some Pookie and Ray Ray is going to shoot you, but I mean, hey, your life was given for my entertainment, and that's what matters.
No, I'll be in a vest. I'll be fine.
Jay, just make sure you wear a helmet. But Jim, any last words, sir?
No, Drex, it was fun talking to you. I'm going to go listen to it and see how much of an asshole I sounded like.
Oh, wait, look, look, I do it myself. Trust me. Jim, happy Halloween. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Later.
Peace out. All right. We got some more super chats to catch up. Thick Anime Thighs for New Zealand, $5. I watched the first Paranormal Activity at the movies when it came out. Couldn't sleep for 3 days.
Yeah, dude, that's a big one. Paranormal Activity actually changed the game because we had Blair Witch, but Paranormal is the movie that kind of made people like scared to be at home alone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
God, what a glorious time, man.
Really?
Fuck. Movies weren't terrible. Oh, wait. Fair and Balance is here. What?
Yes.
Farron, I heard you were here. Oh, Jesus.
There we go.
I have one question for you. How dare you?
Oh, wait, what did I do?
I've been backstage waiting for like 10, 15 minutes.
Hold on.
And you're gonna come at me right now and tell me about how women have messed everything up. You can't tell time.
There's like probably someone else backstage and stuff.
Yeah, there's another person backstage.
See, so look, we're gonna get you. We'll get the other person, and then we'll get the hell out of here. Now, Farron,
who's the other person? Bring him on.
It might be my cousin. Is it Black Rain?
Voyager.
Oh, it's Voyager. Oh, is that Nick?
Wait.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Wait a minute.
Somebody said that I needed to fat shame Nick tonight.
I saw this on Discord, bro. I can't resolve back.
Oh, is that? No, they don't got my man looking like that.
No.
Nick with
No. That has to be doctored. Hold up.
That's
Is that
Pretty
doctored?
sure it is.
That has. Did someone
I'm
edit
pretty
that?
sure it is.
Yeah, I think someone edited it. This is funny.
Bro, I'm pretty sure you know what Nick's body type is.
Look, man, Farron, I've been telling Nick to get those planks, to get those crunches. Look, I don't know.
He said it was water weight, and here's what I'm going to say to him: Are you on your period? Are you on your period? Because that's what water
poor
weight is,
Nick.
sir.
Look at the,
No, none of this poor Nick. Have you seen his fat shame to me?
Oh, has he fat shamed you? What did he say? What did he call you?
Oh, hang on. Let me get this wired up for you guys here. It's very short, I
shit.
promise.
So we have a happy Halloween that shows Nick Rekieta fat shaming Fair and Balanced. I mean, personally, I love seeing people get fat shamed, especially like Lizzo. Like Lizzo and Tess Holiday are my favorites.
Mhm.
So Voyager, as Farron finds this video, man,
Okay.
I got it.
how many fat kids do you see walking in the streets when you were growing up? Because like I don't remember fat kids really trick or treating like that. Because like it meant they had to exercise.
In my experience, I haven't seen many fat kids really walk around when I trick or treat back in my day, but I haven't trick or treated in like a few years. So, and it's pretty dead in my area. Like I think like 3-5 years, like barely like anyone is in my neighborhood. It's pretty crazy. You have to go all the way to the city where it's like all elaborate and stuff with all that house and stuff. So.
Okay, I have the video queued up for you. You
All
ready for
right.
this? Now this is when I still had to drop like a good 15 from this. Because I think in total I lost like 60. I want to say 60 pounds, maybe. Because you know, Good Logic and I did a whole fat contest, right?
Oh yeah, I think you guys got the COVID weight, right? You
Mm-hmm.
guys sat around and so like, what the hell were you guys doing? So COVID happens, you're sitting in the house, and then what happened?
You know, it's just
ate
five.
bonbons.
No, bitch, I don't. They always say eating bonbons. Go find me a bonbon. Where
Hey,
you find
do you know
bonbons?
where that comes from? Do you know where?
Where? Your
Married
mother?
with Children.
Mm.
The reason why, because I don't know what the hell bonbons are, right? But
Mhm.
but it's etched into my brain because Peggy would always say, in Al would be like eating bonbons.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, good point. I never knew that that's where it came from. So we all learned
Married with
something here
Children.
tonight, didn't we?
All right, so here's Farron. You don't look very happy in this screen grab right here. I mean, is
Well-
that because you I mean, what are you pissing
Well,
out
it's
water
because-
weight? What's going on in this scene?
Well, it's because legal mindset's below me, right? Everybody.
Oh,
likes
there
me
he
on
is.
top. I'm just kidding. Sir.
So you're on top riding him. All right, so go ahead and push play so we can see you ride.
Okay, here we go.
Fat shaming is one of his most popular things. Like people came up live and were like, Nick, fat shame me.
Oh no, fair and balanced. Don't do this. Why would you do this?
$20 I paid.
No. Fair and balanced says, Nick, I need motivation badly. I need a fat shaming alarm ASAP. I need to drop 50 pounds. Really go for the jugular. Just let it all out. Go for gold.
I saw your stream. Yeah, your
Yeah, it was
live
great.
stream when they did it. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that is the most popular thing. I'm like, first of all,
Okay.
that's awesome.
Give me a moment.
But second of all, it's hilarious. Like he does a really good job.
Here we go, baby.
Fair and balanced, you're a terrific YouTuber with a great show. But I have to admit, what attracted me to it first was gravity.
I played that for my mother. The fat shame alarm that Nick did for me.
The light actually was bent towards your channel because of your massive status. They say the camera adds 20 pounds. For you, I hope it's 200 because, my God, you've got a long way to go. Get up out of whatever chair somehow God sent is supporting you and get onto a fucking treadmill. I don't know if you have to put like 12 chili dogs on a stick in front of you dangling from a rope, but you need to run endlessly. Run from the camera, run from life, run from everything until nothing can catch you because you're lithe, lean, and fast. Because right now, the only L's are being taken by every scale you step on.
And she's like, why would this prick say this to you?
And my God, no more Herculean task has ever been asked on the earth except for when someone was asked to lift you out of the couch. So, pick your ass up, start running, start walking, start clapping, most importantly, stop eating.
And I was like, Mom,
Because
I
people
paid for
ask
him.
him.
Remember that you asked for this.
And I'm like, Mom, I paid for him to do this. And she's like, why? And I'm like,
Oh my God.
I actually like you. I actually like you. I don't like to do that to my friends, but I will. I will if they need it. Why do people do this to themselves?
Fair, I feel so bad for you.
why?
Because here's the thing. I feel
First
bad
of
for you
all-
that
first of all,
you have
that
to show
was
this to your
edited.
mom.
Yeah, oh yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Because that's the problem. Because like they aren't the outsider's not gonna get it, right? Like
No, you know what
when
it
you tell
is?
an outsider, even when you tell them like, no, Mom, I promise, it's okay. Like they don't get it.
No, see, that's the thing is you don't know my mother. My mother was more upset at the fact that she wasn't the one saying that, and it was Nick.
Oh God. That would have been great to have your mom on with Nick, and they could have like fat shamed you together and just berated you.
No, I probably would have jumped off my roof that night.
Oh
then.
man,
But my mom is the only person that like constructive criticism. She knows exactly like
they always want to pinch
arrow
you. Like,
arrow meant for the heart,
Yeah, just,
bullseye. You know. Yeah. With Nick, it's like, okay, yeah, like I wanted just like a funny fat shame alarm to like wake up to, but then hear it and laugh every day.
Mhm.
Like I said, I loved editing that because in TV we have to learn how to edit and do all that other stuff. And I'm a very big music person. And when I was watching him do it, I was like, there's only one song that comes to mind. I have to alter it. I was like, but it's the Joker theme from Heath Ledger where it starts.
Yeah.
And
The DNC notes.
It keeps like
Yep.
escalating, and I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. This is perfect. And then with Andrew and Jeff, they had, they were like, wait, you actually paid for that? And I was like, yeah. Just
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Now, Voyager, what did you think about Nick shaming our resident fatty, fair and balanced?
Dude, that was perfect. Oh my God. Doing all this fat shaming stuff. We need more of that. I advise it.
No,
hang on. I love why didn't she
now
lose the weight?
Voyager.
Hang on, they didn't say why didn't she lose the weight. Go look at me like months and months and months.
Oh, look, here comes the savage comments.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Now I gotta ask. So Voyager, let's say you went out trick or treating tonight, right?
Yeah.
And you got 2 pillowcases of candy. Would you give 2 pillowcases to Farron, or 1 to Farron and 1 to Nick's gun?
I'll give 2 to Nick's gun.
Thank you.
Well said. Well said.
Mhm.
But I mean, Farron, what would you do? I mean, look, you're seeing it right there, right? I mean, when you look at that gun right there, when you look at Nick's glorious body, that may or may not be edited. I mean, what goes through your mind? Like, I mean, are you turned on? I see you're starting to get a little flush. You're getting a little red.
No, I'm not turned on at all. No.
You look turned on. You perked up a bit.
Well, then I would love.
I mean, look at it. Look, we need to like zoom in on that. Look, we need like really just.
I feel bad. That's why I'm not turned on. I feel bad. And by the way, I see everybody saying it. You got to say it like the way Montegraph would say it. Chunkita. Not
Chunkita.
not drunkita. Chunkita.
Oh, someone said, "Poor Nick, that's not real." Look, man. Now, see, Farron. Look, this is Nick's white privilege at work. When I wear one little sweater vest as a troll job, and in one little look with soft eyes, and I just get ruined.
First of all, can we call that? It's an Argyle sweater. You are wearing an Argyle sweater. Admit it. Say it. I look like
I don't know
Samuel
what all
L.
those words
Jackson
mean.
in an Argyle sweater.
Look, Farron, you're using all these weird words that sound like they're Italian that I don't understand. I don't know what Argyle means. I look at Voyager's Nick Fat Gunt.
You know what Argyle means. You know what it means. You went through the whole style and everything. You saw it come in. You saw it leave. And you tried to bring it back. Looking all like Samuel L. Jackson with your freaking whatever.
The handlebar.
The handlebar.
And it failed.
Mm-hmm. But Farron, I'm not fat.
Neither am
That's
I.
what matters.
Neither
That's
am
what
I.
matters. See, I just saw a video that said you're fat. It's Halloween.
No, that was from months ago.
All right, what do you got below you right now? Do you have a bag of Halloween candy?
No.
Oh, it's just another chin.
No.
See, I'm gonna show this to Nick and say, Nick, I'm gonna carry on your fat shaming of Farron. Poor Farron. Now I gotta ask you this.
I could be this big. I mean, like I said, because from that where I said I had to lose 50 pounds, I did. I lost that and then some. Thank you. Yeah.
Like
so
that.
it's like you're telling bitches they need to get skinnier, and then when we do, you're like, you could be skinnier. Like Nick's joke was always, how many times a day are you throwing up? And I was like 3, and he was like, up it to 4, and I was like, yes, daddy. Like,
I mean, the movie Bring It On, when he's like, maybe you should just stop eating. Like, do you remember that movie with Sparky Pulaski, their trainer?
Oh God, yeah, where he's like,
he was like completely over the top.
I literally was talking about this the other day with somebody because he was like, oh, you were a cheerleader, and I was like, no, I was a dancer. And I was like, have you seen Bring It On? And he was like, and I was like, he says cheerleaders are dancers who have gone retarded.
Yeah.
Literally,
it was great.
Such a great movie.
Now, Voyager, I want to ask you this. When it comes to Halloween, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think got more candy? The guys or the gals?
Oh, the girls, for sure.
Oh, I think the girls, but from my experience, I think the guys do it in my area, but in general, I think the girls do.
Do you think the guys had to like basically go to more houses to get the amount of candy girls were getting?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
because you know what I'm saying. Like when you showed up, like they see a boy, they're like, oh, here's 2 pieces of candy, put it in the bag. They see a girl, it's like, oh, make it rain, and you're like,
oh, but you didn't give me the one that I like. I like that one, and then they'll give you 8 of that candy.
Yeah, like, oh, that's what you wanted.
Trust me. Mm-hmm.
Now, Voyager, when you saw that, what went through your mind as a boy when you were getting basically candy cucked?
Bro, I was pissed off, bro. Especially if it's not like if they got like the Milky Way or like the Skittles. I'm like hella pissed.
Oh,
and I get like those
Skittles.
I forgot there's like some like trash ass candies I get all the time, and I got like super cucked on that.
Do you know which one that just hit me? That it was very rare that you got them, but when you did, you felt special. Tropical Dots.
I was saying, I just said Dots.
Remember Dots?
Like that's the one I was.
Bro, you opened up your thing. You're like Dots.
Did we just become best friends?
Oh my God, Farron, you're now officially in the cool club. Because this thing, regular Dots were good, but tropical Dots just hit different. Remember that?
Oh God, yeah.
You were like I mean, you would open it up and you're like, oh damn.
Mm-hmm. The minute it hits the tongue, baby, you're just like,
yep. You just, oh, like you did like. Do you know how you have an inner fat kid, Voyager? When you go like this, oh,
yeah,
you do the like, your eyes roll back, and you're like, oh,
lay down for a second, just
yeah.
And like every chew of the dot,
that to you, yeah. But,
you just
and you're chewing.
It's like so Voyager, I want to ask you, with ASMR blowing up, do you think we can persuade Farron to eat Halloween candy from her simps and to do it in slow-mo so we can give her dots so she go like this?
I'm telling you, Farron is on Twitch with the ASMR like rating money.
Oh, I look at Amaranth and I'm like, what does this bitch have that I don't?
I don't know. Farron, I don't know what you're doing with your life, honestly.
I don't know.
If Amaranth can go like this and get $33 million in build gas stations, you can at least make $66 million.
Is that what she does? She builds gas stations?
Yeah, she like bought a bunch of gas stations.
Why?
You're gonna get your money back.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you came into 30-something million on OnlyFans for licking microphones with a horse head, wouldn't you just go buy gas stations? Oh wait, did you not know about the horse head?
No.
Damn it, Manic! Do you not share the screen and show the horse head picture?
Manic.
I'll have to. Let me pull it up.
Farron, it's glorious. Like Voyager, I know knows this.
Like I'm gonna get the idea and I'm gonna be like, here we go. I'm gonna do this too, or what?
I want you to.
Here's my thing. Okay, I have a conscience. Okay, that's the first thing.
Get rid of it.
Second thing is I know, like, if I were to like slowly eat this Heath bar and then lick the microphone or do something crazy like that. What are you doing? Are your nipples hard?
I want you do it slow, Farron. Do it slow. Unwrap it.
Bryce is ready, bro.
Okay, but hang on. I would start laughing because I have an inner conscience that's like, hey, bitch, by the way, you're licking a microphone. You are the biggest weirdo. Like, or maybe it's Catholic guilt. I don't
Biggest
know what it
weirdo,
is.
huh?
Oh God.
What is
Here,
it?
let me send you money. Oh my God, you said the magic. Look, it.
Wait, is
I
that
can see Karen do
Amaranth?
this.
Wait, is that
Yes.
Amaranth?
Wearing a Spider-Gwen suit and a horse head.
Why?
Why not? What? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I would be laughing the entire
I mean, okay. Now, Farron. If you did this, I'm not gonna lie. I would empty out my bank account. I would empty out my bank account. I would unleash my inner simp.
That
I would
is
unleash my inner simp.
blasphemy.
The next girl that puts on a horse head, the bank account's going. I don't know how any guy has any money on earth after seeing Amaranth in whatever that tracksuit is with a fucking horrendous, non-realistic Mr. Ed looking horse head. Look how the eye is just cockeyed. What in the Voyager? What was your reaction when you first saw this? 'Cause I saw this on the quartering Voyager. I thought it was a joke. I thought someone edited this. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
Somebody paid her to do this.
Yeah, man.
Maybe, who knows?
I wasn't surprised.
She
'cause
had to
Amaranth's
buy
been
the
open to
horse
this
head.
stuff.
Yeah.
Or she was sent the horse head with the nose like, hey, suck on the mic while wearing this.
Oh, you want to know something crazy though about horses? Well,
What?
about okay. Well, why I am directly tied to horses. The way that came out sounded really wrong. Anyway, point that I'm making is when I started to drop weight. Drex, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm sitting there looking at the chat. Someone thought I was lactating. I might as well, because when you unwrapped, when you pulled out that little candy bar, and oh yeah, it's chocolate. I know what you like. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I'm actually not a big chocolate fan. As I told you, I like tropical dots, and purple Skittles are my favorite. That's my ultimate favorite.
Oh. Yeah, purple wasn't bad though. I mean, the red ones were better. But go ahead.
No, purple's way better than red. The blue ones are ugh.
Yeah. We they never
Blue
happened.
is no. Anyway,
Never happened.
So when I started to drop weight, I got this amazing super chat from somebody that said, you need to stop losing weight because as you drop weight, your eyes look farther apart. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, what does that even mean? And I was like, so wait a minute. On a scale of right next to each other to horse eyes, where do my eyes like land and how far apart they are? And so for my memberships, one of my emojis is a horse with horse eyes, like because they said that my eyes were getting farther apart as I was losing weight. And I was like, no, I think it's just everything else is slimming down. But it was the
Well, I actually want to see this experiment, so I want to feed you. Now, Voyager, do you think that we can get something in? Like you've heard of these feeders, right?
Yeah.
Feeders.
Do you think that we can get something started where on Halloween night we start the feeding and we don't let these fat bitches stop until it's a New Year's resolution?
I am not fat.
Yeah, they gotta like fast or something, bro.
Fair. I want all women to be fat before I start the purge. The purge starts on January 1st. I want you bras fat.
So the 60
I want you
that
roly
I just lost,
poly.
I have to gain it all back. Got it. Okay.
Gain 80. Gain 80 back.
Okay. Perfect.
Look, don't be an
That's not
underachiever.
going to bring out diabetes or anything. Don't worry. Mhm.
My diabetes. So now, Voyager, think about this for a second. Now we know that there's a bunch of thirsty monkey simps out here, right? We got all these chimpanzees. We got all these chicks who have like burping fetishes now. They eat and drink, and they're like, and they like burp and rub their belly, like they like flap their bellies.
Oh god.
I mean, look, I was introduced to Brazilian fart porn and midgets for research purposes. So
What was that? What was
Huh?
that? How to get an STD the quickest way possible? Like, what was the research for that?
Well, no, I was watching on the Hub. So I went to the Hub because people were telling me like, we did a degeneracy show where we talked about how everybody went down the rabbit hole. I mean, that's what you do on Halloween, right? You go down the rabbit hole and you're like, what candy is this? And you pop it in, you're
What
like,
Halloweens do you have?
look.
Whatever just happened to having a pumpkin spice martini and hanging out in costumes with your friends and whatever.
Fair.
Lame.
I have a place for you to go. You know what it's called?
Dunkin' Donuts? I don't know.
Booty Bash. Do you know what Booty Bash is?
No.
There was a term I learned about for Booty Bash.
A term I learned.
SSBBWs.
SSBBWs.
Supersized, big, beautiful women. And I saw some bitches that literally had their own orbit, right?
Their own
I'm
gravitational
talking,
pull.
they had their own gravitational pull. They looked terrible. They basically, it was like it happened,
Basically,
right?
roll them in powdered sugar and look for the wet spot.
Yeah, you know how it works, right? They basically
No, I
collapse into
don't,
themselves
because
like
I'm
a
not that
neutron
crazy
star.
big. But yes,
You better stop. Look, you've seen all fat chicks do fat chick things when you're out and about. Like when you were on your diet, someone scoffed at you, didn't they? Ugh, bitch, right?
like that I was dieting.
Yeah,
that
women
I was
hate women
fat.
who diet. Do you remember when women saw Adele lose weight? They hated her, right? Remember that? She lost the weight. They hated her.
There was probably a subsect of women. that
Yeah.
did that.
They were like, how dare you lose weight?
In my locals community, everyone was like, get a girl,
Yeah,
get a
because
girl.
they're fans. We're saying in the world outside, there's haters. Voyager, we have to make fat bitches great again while we boost up our hot skinny chick, right?
Yeah.
So we need to start on like Halloween needs to be like our starting point, right? Because like we all know they're gonna eat on Thanksgiving and go to sleep and have that cockeyed, one eye open and shit. We need to do this for Halloween. Now, Voyager, what candy are you gonna give chicks as you start your side hustle as a feeder?
King size candy bars, bro.
Side hustle as a feeder.
Oh yeah,
And
feeding
where
is gonna be
are
it.
you gonna have these people apply?
No. All you do is look.
What are the application requirements?
No. You don't need applications. All I need you to do is just eat. And from based on what I've seen with American women, that's all they do anyway now is eat and bitch. So as long as you can keep them from opening their mouth, just let them open their mouth to put something in. So Voyager, we got to start feeding these chicks, and we send in super chat because you know everyone has a PO box now, right? You just send them the goods, and when they go on the camera. Look, Farron, I'm not saying you have to wear a horse head.
Mukbangs till New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we want to go ahead. We're going to start this on Halloween, and we're going to start feeding these bitches and seeing how big they get on camera and how much they jiggle. And then we'll start your New Year's resolution, right? Look, it's a win-win.
Not me.
Farron, look.
The other ones go for it, baby.
Why are you so selfish, Farron?
Oh, okay. I'm selfish.
Why so selfish? It's Halloween.
Then why don't you do it?
There's no men's body positivity movement, right? Nobody wants to see that shit.
There's the dad bod movement and how we need to accept
no, there's
it.
not.
Yes, there is.
Let me dispel this rumor.
Yes.
Let me dispel this rumor.
Why did Chris Pratt lose all of his weight? Because he started getting called saying that he had a dad bod.
That's right.
As an insult. And I know his trainer, and he's like, the second that he started getting the dad bod stuff, he hit the gym like 15 hours a day.
As he should. So, Farron, I'm going to prove it.
So why aren't you?
There are women out there who say they like dad bod, right? I'm going to dispel this rumor. Women hate dad bod. When they say they like dad bod, what they really mean is we like guys with it because they tend to have money that we can absorb those resources.
No, when I see guys with a dad bod, I don't think that they have money. I have never thought that money comes behind the gunt.
Oh, it does.
Never.
Because, there's an old saying that we have.
That the money is in the gunt. I've never thought that.
So Farron, there's an old saying we have, right? As men.
Okay.
When you see a guy get a little chunky, you know what we say? Damn, you must have got a promotion. Right?
Oh, see, we always say, damn, he got a girlfriend.
Or that. Yeah, but when guys get promotions, what does that tend to mean? When guys get more money, what do they tend to have? They tend to have access to more women. You guys saw Elon Musk. You saw that body when he was out on a boat or something. He looked terrible, didn't he? Right?
Yeah.
He looked terrible.
Yeah,
because that's where it comes from. They say, oh, yeah, man, you must have gotten a promotion. Of course he got a promotion. That's why he's eating it. Do you know what? You ever notice broke dudes are real skinny? Like real skinny, right? Because they're broke.
Well.
We're talking broke.
This is not the Renaissance where if you're fatter, the richer you are for men. No, I've always seen that the skinnier fit guys were like rich.
There is a correlation between like attractiveness for men and getting likelihood of getting a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have never seen a guy get chunky because he got a promotion.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
If anything, well, Leonardo DiCaprio is Leonardo DiCaprio. That's he's an outlier. I'm talking like guys that I know in DC, like when they would get a promotion or if they started a company, all of a sudden it was like, boom, they were at the gym, they were signing up for, like either boxing classes or like whatever. Like, no. And again, like Farron still thinks exceptions change the rules. No, I'm saying like this is what I've seen. Like, I'm not saying these are exceptions. I'm saying this is what I have seen, especially in DC. It's the really good looking guys that they're the ones that get the promotions. And then they get even more fit and then they get kind of like really narcissistic.
Oh, wait. Someone says I need to hear your Queen's English.
What? The Queen? Why?
Oh my.
You've never heard the Queen's English, have you?
All right. So Farron, you have to tell me your favorite Halloween candy and how good the dots taste in the Queen's English.
Do you have any like British music you can put behind me?
God damn it. You're killing me. Do I look like I got British music behind? It's not behind me. It's not in front of me. It's
The moment it hits your tongue, the juices start flowing to where the dot expands wide open in your mouth. And a titillating feeling melts over you. I don't know. But yeah, that's the Queen's English. I do some of my reports where I read the royal news in the Queen's English.
I mean, you're talking about all these things, man. You're talking about, sinners and things. Like, I mean, when it comes to candies, Voyager, as you got older, did you think that Gushers was the most non-masculine candy ever created?
I fucking love Gushers.
Dude, that Gushers is for like kids. Like it gets stuck in my teeth as I got older, and I don't know, it's just not as good as when I was.
Yeah, that was too much, man. I thought it was. I think if you eat Gushers, your testosterone level's lower. Like men aren't meant to eat things that gush in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Or are you? Don't knock it till you try it.
All right, Paul Pelosi. we ain't gonna say nothing about Pelosi and what homeboy was doing in the house. I don't know.
Actually, hang on. Can I show you something really quick?
You can.
This is actually like a true thing.
Really quick.
I showed this. Don't give me time limits, Mr.
We're about to get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Well, this is actually.
I still have super chats to go over.
All right, yeah. Well, so
Go
Farron will
ahead.
show us this, and then we'll
It'll
ask
be-
Voyager for his favorite and least favorite candy, so we can get the hell out of here. Go ahead.
Okay. So, and where is it? Oh, screen. Here we go. Okay. Share this. This was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I was at Nancy Pelosi's house. I drove past it. She was not home. Do you see what that little black car is there?
Mm-hmm.
That's security detail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She has those around the clock, 24/7. Not just one, but multiple. All around her house. That was 2 weeks ago when she was not home. I bring receipts.
Yeah.
She's
So
not
this
home,
this whole story.
But now she's not home, but there was no security detail, even though you had security detail when you weren't home 2 weeks ago. How does that work?
That's our tax dollars. That's the best part, right?
No, but they're saying that that's how the intruder got in was because there was no security.
No one there.
Because Nancy wasn't home. But this was her when she wasn't home. This was at her house when she wasn't there. She was in DC because she had a major vote. So what is
they're
this?
still there.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
is that?
Someone's got to answer some questions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not gonna have any answers, right?
Nope. And they don't believe in releasing the body cam footage.
Of course
nothing. So you heard it here, folks. I'm not a
There's gonna be
conspiracy person, but the minute that I heard this story, I was like, "There's no way. There's no way."
told my
I was
mom
just
that.
there.
I told my mom it was a psyop. That's my take.
Well, not even that. Like, the fact that I was just there, I saw how much security there was. I mean, they're all up and down the block, and I was like, "There's no way somebody got in unless somebody fell asleep on the job."
Mm-hmm.
So
Now, Farron, let me ask you this: what was your favorite Halloween memory growing up as a kid?
Oh, Halloween memory. One of my favorites. I was Selena 3 years in a row for Halloween. I love Selena. No, Selena, like como la flor.
Oh, well, I mean, you could have been Selena Kyle as in Catwoman. I mean, you said Selena. Like,
when you say Selena, everybody knows Selena.
right.
But so I was
Sabrina,
in
my fault.
I was.
Wait.
I was. Oh, you're thinking Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yep. So Selena,
You
yep, the
idiot.
singer.
So it was my 8th grade year. My dad was the president of school board. My mom was the president of PTA, and my uncle was the principal of my school. I had like a Latina outfit, and I had this small pillow that was like, because I love pillows. I have tons of pillows on my bed. I had at the time a small flat pillow that was like, it's wider than it is longer. And I shoved it in my ass to do like Selena, because I was in 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it to be funny because everybody knew her because of her ass, right? And I had like I feel like I'm about to expose like a Drex blackface picture, but it's Latina face. I did the actual word, like the lip liner, where she did the lip liner, but then didn't fill it in. And mind you, like I adored Selena, so I like legit like did it like the way J-Lo did it in the movie. I had the hoop earrings, all of it. My uncle, I'm in Spanish class of all places.
Of course.
And he's like, hey, it's like second period. He's like, hey. And I'm like, okay. I get down to the office and he's like, Jesus Christ, I'm your uncle. And I'm like, what's wrong, Uncle Mike? And he's like, take the freaking pillow out of your ass. Your mother see you leave the house like that? And I was like, well, no, that's the joke. Like,
Yeah, it's meant to be over the top.
Yeah. And he's like, kid, he's like, Dad's on school board, Mom's PT. I'm the principal. Are you trying to get me fired? And I'm like, oops, sorry. I'm thinking it's a joke. But yeah, totally culturally appropriated that costume before I even knew that it was cultural appropriation. But yeah, I was Selena like 3 years in a row for Halloween. Love Selena. When I lived in El Paso, Texas, I was her for Halloween again.
Of course.
My God, people went crazy. Like, anything for Salinas. Yeah. Yeah, it was funny.
That was great. Yeah, I love it.
Getting scolded on Halloween,
Well, I think that here's the thing. Halloween was meant to be fun. Voyager, when it comes to, I hope you didn't stuff your ass for Halloween. But what was your favorite Halloween memory, Voyager?
I remember going out during high school with my friends in this small town, and they had like a bunch of candy. A bunch of candy. We like walked around. And it was really cool. I had a really fun time. We just walked around with my friends, and this was still like in the age of like social media and everything still. So I was really surprised that still was alive. So,
I'm surprised.
But I think it depends on certain parts of the area. I think.
I can see that. Mm-hmm. Now, Voyager, last question. Favorite candy?
My favorite candy is Crunch and Milky Way. Those are my top 2 right now.
So if you're eating those, what's your favorite Halloween movie to watch? Favorite horror flick?
Oh, that's tough. I remember my first Halloween memory was Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's that one, the first Halloween movie, like the classic slasher stuff. I watched Cabin Fever last night with Nick on Nick's stream the other day. So that was good. And the worst Halloween candy I'd say is Almond Joy and candy corn.
My mom would literally take all of the Almond Joys out of my bag.
I was going to say, same here. My mom loved Almond Joy. It's something with coconut and
coconut,
bitches.
chocolate,
older bitches,
is like, they love it, right? They like
like coconut.
She would open it up and like, so you would see her eyes just look for the blue wrapper, right? Because Mounds was red and Almond Joy was blue. She would just go like this.
Yeah. Oh, all that hard work. Yeah, she was like the government where she just comes in and takes it.
She just comes in and takes it. Like so well, do you remember this was, a lot of kids don't know, this was the point where you used to have to, while you were at a friend's house warming up or something, you'd have to like eat certain candies. Like I said, if you had Almond Joy, you knew your mom was gonna take them. So you're like, okay, let me at least just get 2 of them. Oh man, that tastes good. All right, she's gonna eat the rest of them. So because you couldn't hold them in your pants pocket, they would just melt. So yeah, you got home and ate them. But Theron, last words.
Oh, let's grift that grift, baby. Tomorrow, Legal Mindset is doing a stream called Bronca v. Farron. I talked about it a little bit tonight. I want to put the word out here. Hear me and hear me now. Bronca and I are friends. There is absolutely no problem. There is no drama. We are grifting the shit out of this grift, though, and you should too.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's talking about single at 30. How many eggs does she have left?
Oh God.
Why is she attractive and 30? Why single? So you guys, tomorrow I'm going to get all of my answers, all of my questions answered.
Wait, so is Bronca calling in on this stream? Is he gonna end up being on there?
No, Andrew wants to do it solo because I was like, hey, if you need me to come on, I can come on. And he was like, nope. He's like, I'm flying solo, baby. And I was like, all right, let me know, daddy.
All righty. Voyager, any last words, sir?
Thanks for having me on. Congrats on 100. That 10-hour stream was epic. Oh my god.
I know, Baron. I could have done it without you. I mean, you just kind of popped in, and we officially met finally.
I know, right?
I know, a long time coming. I do want to say this though. In all seriousness, the greatest condolences. This is serious condolences for what happened over in South Korea. Andrew, luckily, was not in there. But like, I think it was 150.
It was
crazy.
closer to Jeff though. For Legal Vices.
Oh, was it? Okay, yeah, that was crazy. It was tragic. I hope the families are doing well today and doing their best to overcome that, because like that's something you never expect. Like we talked earlier about Jacob Wetterling. A kid who went out trick or treating, whatever, never came back. Right? It was 1 week before Halloween. Every time we send someone out, right, you expect them to come back home. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a very scary thing, especially as a parent.
As a parent, like you never think like, oh, they're going to insert random thing, a Halloween party, or they're going to a concert, or they're going to the store. Regardless, the idea that you will get a call that person's not coming home, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're a parent, an aunt, a brother, a sister, whatever. That's a scary thought, because I mean, Farron, you've seen it, right? You've been in news. How many times has they're there and they're gone, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like in the movies where, someone gets to have like a slower death. And they get to like kind of like reel it in, tell everybody, that they love them and they care about them. It's like, oh yeah, man, I'm just going to the store real quick. Never seen again.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah.
Oh, you had a heart attack, like at the gym. I'm going to go get a quick workout. They die at the gym. You're like, nothing, right? It's very, anticlimactic, I guess would be the word. But
well, the other thing too is just like for example, like recently, one of them for me was Congresswoman Jackie Walorski. She was killed in a car accident. She was the one that everyone was making fun of Biden for when he was like, "Oh yeah, where's Jackie?" And they're like, "She died a month ago." She died in Indiana on State Road 19. I was a news anchor in South Bend for about 4 years, and I used to do tons of stories with her. Have her cell phone in my phone, and I had messaged with her not too long ago, and was saying, hey, congrats on, this one bill going forward, because she was very much into veterans. She was on State Road 19 in Indiana that I drove down every single day for work. And oncoming car hits, kills her communications manager, and one of her social media managers. And it was just like gone. And you're just like, holy cow. Like, it's weird because it hits you, but it hits you in a weird way where it's like, holy cow, like life is so precious, one, but two, like it's just, you never know when it's somebody's time, and that's where it's like anytime you see somebody or whatever, just kind of have it in the back of your mind, this could be the last time. And it changed me a good deal when I heard that news. It was just like, wow. So
yeah, it's why I wanted everyone to, like I said, wherever anybody was, if they were listening to the stream, I hope you're having a great night. And that's why I put it on Twitter, having a safe night, because like even if someone is friend or foe or everything, like you always want them to make sure that they go back home safe, because like they're someone's loved one, you know what I mean? Like, and that's one of the major points about Halloween. We all dress up, people go crazy, maybe people stay inside, but we all want people to live to the next day, because I want everyone to say, hey man, I made it to November 1st. You know what I'm saying? Halloween wasn't my last day on earth. But man, are there any more super chats before we get the hell out of here?
Oh yes, plenty.
All right, we'll go ahead and hit these.
Well, I'll let you guys get to your super chats.
All right,
it was amazing.
thank you,
Congrats
Thanks
again.
for coming on.
Congrats again on the 100. Great to meet all the two others on the podcast here. And yeah, let's do it again soon. Let's have some fun.
We shall.
Okay.
Go get roasted tomorrow.
I'm not going to. I'm on a diet. Shut your dirty mouth when you're talking to me.
I'm always dirty. Get the hell out of here.
Nice.
All right, I'll leave you guys also too. So
All right,
thank
thanks
you
for
guys
coming
having
on.
me
All right. And now, E1337 Neo for $10 says, according to my dad, the movie theater where we saw The Exorcist when it came out back in 1973 was handing out barf bags to the attendees. He also confirmed a lot of the movie goers put them to use. That just sounds unheard of now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I remember when that happened. In terms of like reading about it, like there was a series called like the movies that made us that goes into like Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. But I remember hearing about The Exorcist, like because it was a much more like religious America back then. So like religious horror movies, exorcisms, that really scared people. Whereas like I think now we just look at them as entertainment because like so many people are much more secular, right?
Yeah.
And non-denominational. So I think that those kind of movies are different. I think horror is kind of a reflection of whatever era you are in. So in a religious era, that an exorcism movie would be scarier than like a slasher. You know what I'm saying? So craziness.
Right. Yeah, by the way, Midnight Runner says sub to Manic, and he is so true.
Yep.
He is
Sub to
correct.
Manic McCann. Let's get him to 4K, man.
Yeah, we are so close. So close. Like 80 more subscribers. Mike Hunt says fairs is called Black People Time. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Look, man, we all got some fucking CPT people out there getting all late and shit.
Oh, okay. The chat's like refreshing on me. It's getting weird. That's how backed up we are. I have to scroll down so far. Oh, another $2 from Mike Hunt says, "Pretty hot and tempting, fat."
I remember hearing that for the first time in the movie Money Talks with Chris Tucker and Charlie Sheen.
All right. Harry Dick Shaft for $20. Is that Nick or Ethan Ralph? Don't let Nick go to Portugal. It might not go well.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right. For $5, Ali Yusuf says, if you think you got ruined, you should see the sheer size of the memes lobbed at Nick via locals chat. Absolute units.
Oh, man, I know they're going to be savage.
All right. I'm scrolling down. Okay. Bad Dragonite for $2 says, wow, Farah, that's a scary costume.
Oh, oof. Poor Farron. Poor Farron.
Walter Melon for $10 says Amaranth did that when 100 people sub at $500. Don't hate
No
the
fucking
player,
way.
hate the simp.
Bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds about right. So, okay, wait. So, dude, 100 people for $500.
You know what? Good for her.
Monthly.
Yep. Good
dude.
for her. But you know that's female privilege, dude. No dude can get on camera and do that, right? Like he ain't gonna make money.
Yo, just I remember this was over a year ago, but on Yellow Flash, like they were just like they were like Twitch surfing, and they found some dude doing like a Twitch thought thing, and it was funny. It was like Fireman Steve, I think his name was.
Oh, I think I've seen that where like he was like in like a little like bath puddle thing or whatever.
Yeah,
kiddie pool.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. So it's murky, and also obviously, all the streams are like members only and then deleted afterwards.
Of course. Yeah.
For $5, Frederick Little says reasons like that Amaranth clip is why Thanos was right. Wilhelm Goldberg for $2 says what poppin' from the D.
Oh yeah, he's over there in the D. My man Will in Detroit. He's dealing with a fucking German Shepherd Renaissance over there, man.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, he says, "Hey, Drex got Halloween themed cuck story for you. Do you think we have time? Because he is in the backstage right now."
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah. We'll get to the last super chat and then we'll throw Will on and call it a night.
All right. Sounds good. All right. Let's see. I'm scroll. There we go. Hill, Drex, and Manic. So true. Drex, you should get on Jack Show or Flashcast sometime.
Yeah, I've been on there a lot. Lately, my schedule has been trash. So, Manic, a lot of people didn't know why I haven't been on like the Flashcast. Have you ever had one of those? You know, your work week gets so hectic. By the time you get to like Saturday, it's like if it was at like 5 o'clock, you'd be good. But by like 9, 10, you're just beat. It's like you're not asleep. You're like, I just don't feel like being like active. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you are on someone's stream, even if your camera's off, you're still actively engaging, right?
Yeah.
You know that feeling where you get in bed, you just go like this. like dude, especially like when my daughter's here. Like my daughter, she'll be back down on Friday. Usually, I'm so beat down. Like, dude, she drugged me around the Mall of America. I was just done. You know what I mean? Like, so by the time I got back, it's like Flashcast Drex. I'm like, bro, I have no energy to do anything.
Yeah.
Damn kids, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you're just like busy. Like when Chronic returned, it was like a good while. There was a good while until like last week, I want to say, maybe before that, where I just like I didn't really like make a appearance on stream of his.
Yep.
It was like, yeah. Let's see. Oh, is that it? I think that may be it. That's the last one.
All
so
right, we'll get Will for the cuck story and shut her down.
We'll end it with the cuck story. All right, okay, there we go. How's it going?
What's poppin', motherfuckers?
Will, what up? Will, I told him you're in the middle of a German Shepherd Renaissance in the D, man.
No, it's a colonization of the most alienated German Shepherds you ever seen in your life.
How bad are they over there, man?
None of them is below 250, so it's just a wasteland.
God damn!
It ain't nothing but weed, chicken grease, and food snacks. That's all.
Oh, it's that bad in the D. Damn. Look. Now you remember Tommy Sotomayor did that show where he showed the German Shepherds running into a burning weave shop.
Yes.
Fighting.
They're going to get them bundles.
They were getting, man, you can't make this up. If y'all ain't never known, Tommy Sotomayor had that video. These German Shepherds are terrible. But we're not here to talk about German Shepherds. We're here to talk about a cuck story and a Halloween theme. That's why we got Will here to shut this shit down. Will, talk to me.
Man, the conservative cuck legends cuck story never comes to an end. I want to take you back to 2018. Prime time of the German shepherdry. Me and like 3 of the homeboys, we get invited out to a house. It's one of those little house Halloween parties, whatever you call them, right? You pay $20, you get in the door, pay $10, have a Halloween little costume contest, whatever, right? There's a few baddies in there, but it's quite a few Jabba the Hutts, if you know what I'm understanding. All right, cool. So, in this little party, it's like, you know, a couple of off-brand foreign folks there, and they was trying to look, you know, they were swingers. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But they was like, man, we just trying to get real, but you know, we want to invite somebody to the crib. So I'm like, well, look, listen, you know what I'm saying? I got a couple of the homeboys with me. You know, if y'all want to get down, we can party, get up some of these females. They can come with us. So the wife leans in, she says, well, we don't need any more females. It's just me. Oh, okay, cool. So I look at her husband. I'm like, hey, is you good with this? He was like, yeah, I'm 100% good with this. It's not a problem at all. All right, cool, no problem. So listen, we're going to follow y'all. We'll meet up at the crib. It's all good. We drive out and we go to the crib. We get to the crib. We get in there. He was like, yeah, y'all can just, you know, we can sit around, just chill for a minute, just talk. I said, listen, look, we didn't come here to talk. This is not conversation time. This is dick time. So he's like, all right, cool. Well, I'm gonna go up and get a shower, and you know, you guys can go ahead and get started on the wife. Bang, no problem. My homeboy gets started on the wife. So here's the bad thing about Halloween and costumes and makeup and all these that are prosthetics you can buy from the dollar store. She takes the wig off. Oh. Oh. All right, so you know how some of these women's, right? They take the wig off and they got that little ponytail that's just hanging on for dear life. Yeah, it's up there. All right. She takes the wig off and I look at my man's. I was like, bruh, I don't know. He's like, man, hey, man, we in this thing. Nah, shit, this pussy on the line. All right, cool, no problem. She goes in the bathroom, takes her makeup off, because I'm like, man, you should have kept that shit on if the wig came off. She came out the bathroom, literally. What was that chick's name? You ever seen that movie where my man was like, thanks for the ride, lady? When she hit the motherfucker with the car, he kept coming back dead. She looked like that, but busted. All right. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. Fuck it. We came here for a purpose. Her husband comes downstairs. Now, when I tell you this is the Halloween cuck story of all Halloween cuck stories, this motherfucker's in full drag, Drex.
Oh.
This motherfucker is in full drag. Drex, get back on the camera. I can't make this shit up. This motherfucker's in full drag, okay? So I'm just like, hey, is he about to go out or something? Like, is he going to a party or something like that? She's like, no, that's his thing. That's his kink. I'm like, all right, I can't. I just can't do it. I'm out. I back out. So my homeboy's like, man, come on, man, dog. Man, let him do his thing, but they ain't got nothing to do with us. I understand that, but listen, bro, it's this thing called dickenosis, right? And when you catch dickenosis, that's you see some shit like the shit don't work no more. You understand me? Fads. So pick your head up, Jack. It's real out here. We get to murdering this chick, okay? As we murdering the chick, homeboy comes over. He got the lipstick on, got the makeup. It's fucking me up. My shit's in half not working. So my homeboy's like, man, I can't do this shit no more, man. My man's over here dressed up like this. She out here looking busted and disgusted. So I'm like, look, man, we just gonna have to back out of this one. So the girl says, well, wait. Well, my husband's in drag for a reason. Well, what's the reason? Well, are you guys, I mean, he looks like a woman. Are you guys okay with? No, we not okay with. So she says, well, he really I'm telling you, this is the worst Halloween cuck story ever. She goes into the top drawer, Drex, and she pulls out a strap-on. At that point, I put my clothes on. I told my homeboys, y'all on, I'm out. And that was the Halloween cuck story of all time, 2018. Worst ever. This is the sad shit that me and you was always talking about, not the depravity of these cucks.
No, there is no limit. There is no limit.
Yeah.
Now I gotta say this though. A lot of people don't know when it comes to, we all know what kids say when they ring the doorbell, trick or treat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you guys know something right now, man. A lot of these motherfuckers is tricking you into some treating. You see what I'm saying? Or some people think they're treating you into some tricking. But at the end of the day, though, Will, you start noticing is there was a criticism that we've had, right? They say that, the sissification, the pussification of men in America and in the West. And they're like, yo, man, there's not that many gay couples. That's correct. However, if we were to say, hey, Will, real shit, how many dudes you think are in the closet right now in let's say show heterosexual relationships, as in you see a man and a woman in general public? How many of them are on the down low or getting pegged or putting on women's panties?
Plenty.
Give me a percent.
Plenty. And if they haven't already acted on it, they've thought about it, right? And the sad part is that 9 times out of 10, it's something that they either did before or something that a woman is talking them into. And they just like, you know what? I'm down with it. If it'll save our marriage, no, it's not worth saving your marriage. Because the moment you do that, and we all know this, the moment you break that boundary of being a cuck, you're a cuck forever.
Forever.
At least in her eyes. Nah, I'm not saying you can say it yourself, but you're a cuck forever. You gotta back up out of that. No, ain't no coming back from that. He came down drag. He came down.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Describe his body so the ladies know what this dude looked like.
This guy, he had to be about 5'8". I would say 170, 180.
It's about average-ish size.
Average male stature.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he went up when he went upstairs, we in the back room tearing up his wife. It is what it is. When he came downstairs, though, I'm talking about he had the fake tits on with the hair. He didn't did his makeup. and he got the dress on. I'm just like, I understand this is Halloween. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just who it is, Johan Maxos. Nope, 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 nope. Yes. Just a whole bunch of nope. But apparently this is not his first time. You masterfully went up
It's
there.
never their first. If someone's bold enough to do that, that means it's not their first time. That's like, do you know how you know it's someone's first time? They have to like talk. They have to be like, "Are you okay with this?" Or he has to be like, "Hey guys, just," he's the one that's gonna say it, right? Like, just so you guys know, this is like just a thing of mine. Hey, I don't mean nothing. He has to try to basically lower your anxiety or whatever, like, because like I might swing on somebody, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, everybody who's been in the lifestyle has been in some certain situations. There was a this is no lie, man. There was a couple out in Seattle when we had to go ahead and clap the French cheeks, and this dude was like, it was the woman's profile. Is oh yeah, I'm her husband. I just manage her profile, whatever, right? And he's sending pictures, and like there's her getting clapped, but him in like lingerie. I'm like, nah, fam, nah.
No.
Because it's always, because here's the thing, for those of you guys who don't know, when these dudes do this, they're always looking for more than just dress up. They're looking to actually play the role. Like, they want you to go ahead and clap them. They want to be on cleanup duty. They want to do, they want to, look, Will, I was showing you DMs of mine, dudes wanting to be, look, this is no lie, y'all. Y'all want to talk about a Halloween horror story. They want to be, you're smashing the chick from the back, but he's on the bottom. Nah, not happening.
Playing raincoat.
Yeah. These dudes out here with a trickle down effect. I'm like, nah, it ain't happening, fam.
Nah,
it ain't happening, bro.
There's levels and there's rules, right? And all right, if you're in a gangbang, right? Depending on what position you in, there's a possibility a thigh may collide or a knee may collide, whatever. But when these cucks come down to it and they purposely put themselves in the position, the predisposed cum bucket is just like, stop, come on, bro. It ain't that bad. It's time to go. So that was my Halloween cuck story.
Well, we appreciate it. We do have one last super chat from our man Crusader saying, "What food gives you the good itis?"
Ribs.
Man, you know what I'm gonna say? I'm actually gonna hit him with something different, man. Pancakes. You ever notice when you eat pancakes, you're just kind of like, you know what, man, I'm going to go lie down. Even though you just got up, right?
Okay.
I got a spot to take you to if you ever come to Minnesota.
Definitely.
And it has, this is no lie, I've been everywhere. I've had everyone's pancakes. Everybody tells me, no, you got to go to this place, right? No lie. The best pancakes on planet Earth. And I've had them all. I've had all these places that people hype up. Best pancakes of all time, bar none. Yeah. And when you eat them, Will, like are you a banana fan?
Hell yeah, I'm a banana fan.
Okay, get their banana pancakes, right? Get the banana pancake combo. You'll eat it and go like this. Yeah. like so I actually had to, look, I told my homegirl, I told my coworker, right? I go, no, you gotta understand. They glide down your throat like cake batter, right? they glide down the throat, like right down the gullet.
Esophageal massage. That's what
it's an esophageal massage with pancake batter and syrup. And I told her this, and she didn't believe me. I was like, when you eat food, you eat the food. It don't just glide down, right? We were eating. She went like this. Oh my God! And it just Will
flashbacks.
Will look, man. I'm telling you, there's no place like this place.
Bacon or turkey bacon? Because if they serve turkey bacon, I ain't going.
No, regular bacon. I don't. Any place that serves turkey bacon, they get disowned. You know, I don't do that shit. That shit's weird.
Yeah.
I don't like. Here's the thing. You're not meant to be mixing God's creatures. You know what I'm saying? And the turkey and the hog are two different things. You can't be out here mixing that shit. But hold on, we got one last super chat so we can get the hell out of here. Will pronounce my name right on the first shot. Will, please tell Nick Ricada how to pronounce it. because he's never got it right once.
I've never been on a show with Nick Ricardo. I'm gonna have to catch him one of these days just so I can fuck his head up with more cuck stories. Because from the last year I've seen you on his show, and the amount of people, and I'm not trying to drag it on, but it's just funny as hell when people be like, "Oh, Drex is lying. Drex is not telling the truth." I'll just be sitting back like,
No, Will. You know what's funny is that like in the Discord, right? I sit there and show the DMs in the Discord because like you can't really show DMs in the middle of like a live stream and shit, like especially when you're on someone else's show.
Right.
And I go, dude, you guys don't know how real it is, especially in the suburbs. If anyone out there wants to know,
it's worse.
If someone walked up to you right now, Will, and said, "Will, where is it the realest at?" Every dude who knows the suburbs.
Suburbs. Go to the suburbs.
Go, for any of you guys,
or you can go to the low income horse face lakesfront triple P SSI SSD food stamp project ghetto. You can always go mess with.
But nobody want them hoes.
No, don't nobody. Not a damn.
Especially white guys. Yeah. He said, "Look, Cuck Murphy loves throat gliding." But that shit's fucked up.
Honestly, dude, that Jack Murphy guy, we had to talk about it another time. I had to jump on another one of those streams. But that Jack Murphy guy, man, listen, he is the primordial example of every cuck that walks.
No, he is.
Real.
They'll look the part, right? Like, they'll look cool. Yeah. Oh, hey, just blah blah blah. This is no lie, Manic. This is hand to God, man. All of these cuckservatives, or the cuck liberal, they present themselves as normal, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So they show themselves like this, like oh yeah. So when you meet them, you're like, because here's the thing, Manic. If a guy presented himself as a weirdo, you be like, nah, I'm good, fam. Like his hot wife doesn't mean nothing to you, right? If a guy shows up like, hey man, I'm a weirdo, I'm showing up in lingerie, you be like, oh nah, I'm good. But see, that's why they fake normal. So you're like, oh, he seems cool enough. Oh, I got my boy, he's riding with me, you know what I'm saying? We're about to go do X, Y, and Z. And then the weird shit happens. And like or the strap-on comes out. You're like,
wife.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's bad, and all you can do, you can just sit back and just be like, I'm waiting on the day that all of this shit goes, but it's not gonna be no time soon. It's
so with the criminal order. Yeah, dude. Oh yeah. For Crusader, he said chicken fried steak and gravy for me.
Hell yeah, with the sausage in the gravy. With the
so look, Thumb Ugly said Drexel the throat pie. Y'all wrong for that. Look, hey, Will, I'm gonna have you when you come visit Minnesota, and and we're gonna take you to this spot, right? Mm-hmm. And you're gonna give a review. Will, I'm not joking. Here they are, right? Here's everyone else.
What's the name of this place?
Jensen's. You guys can look it up right now. Jensen's. It's in Burnsville, Minnesota. Jensen's. They have two of them. It's the Lunch Cafe. JENSEN. So look up Jensen's. Jensen's Lunch Cafe, it's in the South Burbs in Minnesota. And look up their review.
Oh shit, they got 4.5 stars.
Bro, their pancake, I'm not joking. You'll see people talk about the pancakes, right? Will. They glide down, fam.
It's 113 reviews on the pancakes alone.
Will, you think I'm playing? Will. 11 out of 10 pancakes, fam.
I don't know if this will show up or not, but I'm going to try it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the pancakes looking good. And that doesn't do them justice to how big they are. They're actually, they're so filling. You see what I'm saying?
So what you're saying is that this big, thick cake is gonna be sliding down my throat.
Sliding down your throat. And when you bite in, hey, Will, it's gonna leave you full, fam. It's gonna leave you real full. Like you don't want to eat nothing else. Even when you drink water, you're gonna say to yourself, "Damn, my belly is so full. It feels like I done had a whole crew of pancakes up in me."
That's when you got to make sure you wear your plugs so you won't spill nothing.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and keep that in. Look, get that out of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to judge you or nothing. Look, maple syrup throat goading. Y'all wildin'. But yeah, I'm going to finally get the hell out of here. Watch Hush. 10 out of 10. Thanks for the suggestion. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, this is the end of Halloween, end of the Halloween stream. let us know in the comment section what your favorite candies are, your favorite experiences are, and also your favorite horror movies. Watch Hushed. Came out in like 2016, 17. Great slasher. A new age, different kind of take because Manic, the chick is deaf.
Oh, you talking
So
about
if you want to make a horror movie scary, imagine being deaf, but there's a killer coming after you.
Talking about the chick in the cabin on Netflix?
Yeah. It's the real deal.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
We talked about this.
Yeah, we talked about Hush. For those you don't know, Hush is the real deal. See it, but we're gonna finally get the hell out of here so I can go get ready for work tomorrow. Will, Theron, everybody, man, one time, everybody, thanks for coming on. Everybody in the chat, thanks. Y'all got my main man, Nick Ricada, coming on to defend his fucking gut exposure today. He's coming on in about 5 minutes. Peace out, everybody. Happy Halloween.
All right, peace out. And also, as I am the temporary producer, I must shill my own channel. So please subscribe to me on YouTube at Manic the Manic Mechanic. I'm also on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, all that good stuff. I'll link it in the chat. And
don't do no cuck shit, y'all.
Yeah, I'm very close to 4K. Peace out.
Oh, nice. Peace.